Ash has just said goodbye to his Pidgeot in the Viridian Forest, promising to return for his loyal bird Pokémon after helping the local Pidgey and Pidgeotto defend their territory from the Pharaoh and Spearow. But what if that promise was kept immediately? What if Pidgeot, seeing Ash walk away, realized that their bond was stronger than any territorial duty? Pidgeot takes flight, soaring over the treetops, and lands directly in front of Ash with a determined cry. The message is clear, they belong together. Ash's face lights up as he understands, and Pidgeot returns to its Pokeball, choosing its trainer over everything else. In that moment, everything changes. This single decision will transform Ash into a trainer who never has to carry the weight of his journey alone, because he will always have his first flying companion watching over him from above. The immediate ripple begins in the Orange Islands, where Ash now arrives with a fully evolved powerhouse already in his roster. Unlike Canon, where Ash struggles with an untrained Lapras and a disobedient Charizard as his main heavy hitters, Pidgeot provides the aerial superiority and consistent reliability he desperately needs. When Ash faces Drake in the Orange League Championship, the battle plays out completely differently. Drake still opens with his Ditto, which transforms into Pikachu like we know it, but this time, Ash counters with Pidgeot instead of Pikachu directly. Pidgeot's Whirlwind creates a massive tornado that disrupts Ditto's electrical attacks, and a perfectly timed wing attack connects for a clean knockout. Drake's Onix falls to Squirtle like cannon, but when Drake sends out his Gengar, Ash makes the crucial switch to Pidgeot again. The Ghost type's Shadow Ball Barrage meets Pidgeot's Mirror move, reflecting the attacks back with compound interest. Pidgeot's superior speed allows it to weave between Jengar's Nightshade before landing a devastating aerial ace for the win. The championship comes down to Drake's Dragonite versus Ash's team, and unlike Canon, where Pikachu barely scrapes by, Pidgeot steps up as the ace. Dragonite's Dragon Rush meets Pidgeot's Sky Attack in a collision that shakes the entire stadium. Both Pokémon push their limits, but Pidgeot's bond with Ash proves decisive. The Sky Attack breaks through, and Ash becomes the Orange League champion convincingly, not by the skin of his teeth. This victory changes everything about Ash's confidence heading into Johto. Because Pidgeot was there to secure the Orange League title definitively, Ash enters the Johto League with the mentality of a proven champion rather than a scrappy underdog. The dynamic with his Johto team shifts dramatically. When Ash catches his Noctowl, instead of being his primary flying type, Noctowl becomes Pidgeot's student. The experienced Pidgeot takes the younger owl under its wing, literally and figuratively, teaching it advanced aerial maneuvers and battle tactics. This mentorship creates a flying type specialty that becomes Ash's signature throughout Johto. Pidgeot's presence also means Charizard faces real competition for the role of Team Ace, creating a rivalry that pushes both Pokémon to new heights. When Charizard returns from the Charisific Valley for the Johto League, it finds that Pidgeot has been holding down the fort as the team's powerhouse, leading to spectacular training sessions where both Pokémon push each other relentlessly. The Johto League Silver Conference unfolds with Ash wielding a completely different strategic approach. His battle against Gary plays out like canon through the early rounds. But when Gary sends out his Blastoise in their climactic 6-on-6 battle, Ash responds with Pidgeot instead of Charizard. The aerial advantage proves decisive as Pidgeot uses agility to boost its speed beyond Blastoise's hydro pump tracking ability, then strikes with repeated aerial aces that wear down the massive turtle. Gary's forced to switch to Umbreon, but Pidgeot's mirror move reflects Dark Pulse back for a surprise knockout. The battle still comes down to Charizard versus Blastoise like we know it, but this time Charizard is fresher and more focused, having learned discipline from watching Pidgeot's tactical approach. Charizard wins more convincingly, and Ash defeats Gary to advance further than he ever did in canon. Ash's semifinal opponent Harrison still proves too much with his Blaziken, but the presence of Pidgey makes the battle far more competitive. When Harrison's Blaziken faces Charizard, Pidgeot provides aerial reconnaissance, calling out Blaziken's attack patterns with sharp cries that Charizard understands. The Fire-type starter still wins, but barely, and Harrison admits afterward that Ash's Flying-type coordination was unlike anything he had faced. More importantly, Pidgeot's tactical support throughout the tournament catches the attention of Scott, who begins scouting Ash for the Battle Frontier much earlier than in canon. The advanced generation begins with Ash arriving in Hoenn as a much more experienced trainer. Professor Birch still gets chased by the Poochyena-like cannon, and Ash still chooses Trico, but now he has Pidgeot to provide immediate aerial support during the rescue. This early display of coordinated tactics impresses May from the very beginning, and she asks Ash to teach her about Pokemon coordination, planting the seeds for her contest career much earlier. Pidgeot becomes instrumental in May's development, demonstrating how flying-type moves can be adapted for contest appeals. The bond between trainer and Pokemon that Pidgeot represents becomes a cornerstone of May's contest philosophy. Team Rocket's schemes throughout Hoenn become significantly more difficult to execute, with Pidgeot constantly patrolling the skies above Ash's group. Unlike canon, where they often succeed in their initial captures before being thwarted, Pidgeot spots their contraptions from miles away and alerts Ash to incoming trouble. This forces Team Rocket to become more creative, leading to increasingly elaborate schemes that often backfire spectacularly. Jesse's frustration with the twerp's overgrown bird becomes a running theme, and James develops an obsession with catching his own flying type to counter Pidgeot, leading to several episodes where he attempts to capture various bird Pokemon with disastrous results. Ash's gym battles across Hoenn showcase Pidgeot's versatility in ways that reshape his entire battle strategy. Against Roxanne's rock types, Pidgeot's speed and aerial mobility make quick work of her defensive tactics, but Ash still uses Trico for the growth experience like we know it. However, when facing Brawly's fighting types, Pidgeot becomes the star. Its aerial ace cuts through Machop's focus energy setup, and against Hariyama's massive bulk, Pidgeot uses Whirlwind to create distance before striking with repeated wing attacks. The Dewford Gym battle ends much more decisively in Ash's favor, giving him momentum that carries through the rest of his Hoenn campaign. The rivalry with Morrison develops differently, because Ash's team composition forces Morrison to adapt his own strategy. Morrison's Beldum evolves into Metang much earlier due to the constant aerial pressure it faces in training battles against Pidgeot. This accelerated evolution creates a steel-flying dynamic between the two trainers that culminates in spectacular aerial battles. When Morrison's Metang eventually evolves into Metagross, the psychic powerhouse has been specifically trained to counter flying type tactics, making their Evergrande conference battle a clash of adaptation versus raw power. Norman's gym battle becomes the most significantly altered encounter of the Hoenn arc. Unlike Canon, where Ash struggles with Norman's Slackoth and Vigoroth, Pidgeot's aerial superiority completely neutralizes the normal type gym leader's ground based strategy. Norman is forced to reveal that he has been training a Flygon specifically for trainers who rely on flying types, leading to an unexpected dragon battle in what should have been a normal type gym. Flygon's earth power creates massive fissures that force Pidgeot to stay airborne, while its Dragon Claw threatens serious damage if Pidgeot gets too close. The battle becomes a test of endurance as Pidgeot uses hit and run tactics with Aerial Ace, gradually wearing down Flygon's stamina. Norman's Slaking still makes its appearance, but against a Pidgeot that has been conserving energy through tactical flying rather than taking direct hits. The Hyper Beam that defeats Grovyle and Cannon misses Pidgeot entirely due to its superior speed, and Pidgeot's Sky Attack punches through Slaking's Truant-induced rest period for a stunning victory. Norman admits that Ash's aerial tactics reminded him why he chose to specialize in normal types in the first place, seeking Pokémon that could adapt to any situation rather than relying on type advantages. The Evergrande Conference sees Ash advancing deeper than his canon, showing due to Pidgeot's consistent performance and its mentorship of his other Pokémon. Swellow, when Ash catches it as a Talo, immediately begins learning from Pidgeot's experience, creating a master-apprentice dynamic that accelerates Swellow's development significantly. By the time Swellow evolves, it has internalized Pidgeot's tactical approach, making Ash's flying-type coordination the most advanced of any trainer in the tournament. His battle against Tyson still proves challenging, but Pidgeot's presence means Ash's team is better prepared for the Meowth and Boots surprise. When Tyson reveals his Metagross, Ash counters with both Pidgeot and the now experienced Swellow working in tandem, their coordinated aerial ace barrage overwhelming even the Steel type's defensive capabilities. The Battle Frontier arc begins with Scott approaching Ash immediately after the Evergrande conference, specifically citing Ash's flying type mastery as the reason for the invitation. Unlike Canon, where Ash stumbles into the Battle Frontier somewhat accidentally, he now enters as a specifically recruited trainer whose aerial tactics have caught the attention of the Frontier brains. This changes the entire dynamic of his Frontier challenge from a random adventure to a targeted test of his unique battling style. The Battle Frontier becomes a proving ground where Pidgeot's experience directly influences how each Frontier brain approaches their battles with Ash. Noland at the Battle Factory immediately recognizes Pidgeot as a threat to his rental Pokemon strategy, since Pidgeot's veteran instincts allow it to read and counter unfamiliar Pokemon faster than Noland can adapt his rental team's coordination. The factory head is forced to abandon his usual rotation strategy and instead selects a focused team built around Armaldo, whose rock typing and shell armor ability can withstand Pidgeot's aerial assaults. But Pidgeot's years of experience mean it recognizes the shell armor strategy and shifts to status moves, using Sand Attack to blind Armaldo before finishing with Heat Wave. Greta at the battle arena faces an entirely different challenge, as Pidgeot's presence forces her to reconsider her usual mind games approach. Unlike Canon, where Ash's inexperience with arena rules works against him, Pidgeot's tactical knowledge helps Ash understand that arena battles reward patience over aggression. When Greta sends out Hariyama, expecting to overwhelm Ash with brute force, Pidgeot demonstrates perfect arena strategy by using agility to boost its stats while avoiding direct confrontation, then striking with precisely timed aerial ace attacks during Hariyama's recovery periods. The arena battle becomes a masterclass in tactical patience that impresses even Greta's usual stoic demeanor. Tucker at the Battle Dome presents the most interesting challenge because his showmanship directly conflicts with Pidgeot's preference for efficient, no-nonsense battling. The Dome Ace's theatrical style initially frustrates Pidgeot, who has grown accustomed to serious competitive battles throughout its journey with Ash. But this becomes a growth moment for both trainer and Pokémon as Ash learns to incorporate some of Tucker's flair into his commands while maintaining Pidgeot's tactical effectiveness. When Tucker's Arcanine uses its impressive Fire Blast displays, Ash responds by having Pidgeot create aerial light shows with its wing movements, turning the battle into a competition of both skill and artistry. Pidgeot's wing attack becomes more than just a move. It becomes a statement of aerial dominance that matches Tucker's ground-based spectacle. The battle concludes with Pidgeot's sky attack, creating a spiral of wind that disperses Arcanine's flames while delivering the finishing blow, combining effectiveness with the visual drama that Tucker respects. Lucy at the Battle Pike forces Ash to confront the one-type matchup that has consistently challenged Pidgeot throughout their journey together. Unlike the random encounters of Canon, Lucy specifically requests a battle against Pidgeot after hearing about its performance against the other frontier brains. Her Seviper's poison typing and aggressive nature create the exact scenario that Pidgeot struggled with during early encounters with poison types in Kanto. But years of experience have taught Pidgeot to use its speed advantage more effectively, staying airborne and using ranged attacks to avoid Seviper's poison fang and bite attacks. The battle becomes a test of whether Pidgeot has truly overcome its early weaknesses or merely avoided them. Lucy's Melodic presents an even greater challenge, as its recoverability and bulky nature force Pidgeot into a war of attrition. This time, Ash's tactical growth shines as he recognizes that Pidgeot cannot win through direct assault, and instead uses the battlefield itself, having Pidgeot create air currents that interfere with Melodic's movement in the water, eventually landing a critical sky attack when Melodic surfaces to use Hydro Pump. Spenser at the Battle Palace becomes the most philosophically significant encounter of the Frontier Challenge. The Palace Maven's emphasis on Pokémon battling according to their nature rather than trainer commands creates a unique test for the Ash-Pidgeot partnership. Throughout their journey, Ash and Pidgeot have developed such synchronized battling that they function almost as a single unit, but Palace rules forbid this coordination. When Spenser explains that Pokémon must battle independently, Ash initially worries that Pidgeot will struggle without his tactical input. Instead, this battle reveals just how much Pidgeot has internalized Ash's strategic thinking over the years. Fighting on its own against Spenser's Crobat Pidgeot demonstrates tactical decisions that mirror exactly what Ash would have commanded, proving that their partnership has evolved beyond simple trainer Pokemon coordination into genuine mutual understanding. Spenser's slaking forces Pidgeot to solve the truant ability puzzle independently, and Pidgeot's solution, using Whirlwind to reposition itself during Slaking's rest turns, impresses Spenser so much that he admits Pidgeot has achieved the perfect balance between natural instinct and learned strategy. Brandon at the Battle Pyramid provides the ultimate test of Pidgeot's growth throughout the Battle Frontier arc. The Pyramid King's legendary Pokemon create matchups that would have been impossible for Pidgeot to handle early in its journey with Ash. When Brandon reveals Regirock, its rock typing and massive defensive stats represent exactly the kind of opponent that Pidgey learned to defeat through patience and precision rather than raw power. The battle showcases every technique Pidgeot has mastered, from the evasive maneuvers learned in Johto to the tactical patience demonstrated in the battle arena. Regirock's Stone Edge creates a deadly obstacle course in the air, but Pidgeot navigates through it using flight patterns developed over years of battle experience. The finishing sky attack that defeats Regirock carries the weight of every battle Pidgeot has fought since leaving the Viridian Forest, transforming what could have been a simple type matchup into a demonstration of complete aerial mastery. Brandon's Registeel in the rematch forces Ash to confront the reality that some battles cannot be won through conventional means. Unlike Canon, where Ash's team barely manages to achieve a draw, Pidgeot's presence allows for a more decisive outcome. The Steel-type legendary's defensive capabilities seem insurmountable until Ash realizes that Pidgeot's Heat Wave, developed through years of diverse battle experience, can gradually overcome even Registeel's incredible resistance. The battle becomes a marathon of endurance, where Pidgeot's superior stamina, built through countless flights across multiple regions, finally pays off. When Registeel's systems begin to overheat from prolonged heat wave exposure, Pidgeot delivers a sky attack that achieves what seemed impossible, a clean victory against one of Brandon's legendary titans. The Sinnoh arc begins with Ash possessing a confidence and tactical sophistication that his canon counterpart lacks at this stage. Paul's philosophy of power over sentiment finds itself challenged not just by Ash's usual optimism, but by the concrete evidence of what long-term partnership can achieve. When Paul sees Pidgeot's performance against wild Pokemon during their early Sinnoh encounters, he cannot dismiss it as mere sentimentality because Pidgeot's effectiveness speaks for itself. Their first official battle plays out differently because Paul specifically prepares for Pidgeot's aerial tactics, bringing Electabuzz with Thunder to counter flying types. But Pidgeot's experience with electric-type moves, dating back to Latoon Surge's gym and countless wild Pikachu encounters, allows it to predict and avoid Thunder's timing. Paul's strategic mind is forced to acknowledge that Ash's approach, while different from his own, produces measurably superior results. Chimchar's storyline becomes more complex with Pidgeot present as an example of what Pokemon can achieve through patient development rather than harsh training. When Paul abandons Chimchar, Ash's offer of a place on his team carries additional weight, because Chimchar can see Pidgey as proof that Ash's methods produce powerful Pokemon. Pidgeot naturally takes on a mentoring role, helping Chimchar understand that strength comes from confidence rather than fear. The relationship develops gradually, with Pidgey using its aerial perspective to spot training opportunities for Chimchar, teaching the fire type to use terrain advantages and tactical positioning. When Chimchar evolves into Monferno and later Infernape, its fighting style incorporates lessons learned from watching Pidgeot's tactical approach, creating a more strategically minded Infernape than canon presents. The Sinnoh League represents the culmination of everything Pidgeot has learned and taught throughout the journey. Ash's battle against Paul in the semifinals becomes the definitive test of their respective philosophies, but with Pidgey present, the power dynamic shifts significantly. Paul's Drapion, which dominates several of Ash's Pokémon in canon, finds itself outmaneuvered by Pidgeot's superior speed and tactical awareness. The poison type's bulk means little when Pidgeot refuses to engage in direct confrontation, instead choosing hit-and-run tactics that gradually wear down Drapion's stamina. Paul's Agron faces a similar fate, as Pidgeot's Heat Wave exploits the Steel type's vulnerability, while its aerial mobility prevents Agron from landing its powerful physical attacks. The climactic moment comes when Paul sends out his Electivire against Ash's Infernape, playing out like canon until Paul switches to his backup strategy. Unlike the original timeline, where Paul relies solely on Electivire's power, he now brings in Honchkrow to support with aerial pressure, having learned from his encounters with Pidgeot that controlling the airspace is crucial. But this creates the perfect setup for Ash's masterstroke. Pidgeot and Infernape working in perfect coordination, with Pidgeot using Whirlwind to clear Honchkrow from the battlefield, while Infernape activates Blaze against Electivire. The combination attack that follows, Pidgeot's Sky attack creating a wind tunnel that amplifies Infernape's Flare Blitz, becomes one of the most spectacular finishes in League history. Paul's acknowledgement of defeat carries additional weight, because he cannot argue with the tactical superiority that Pidgeot's presence has brought to Ash's entire approach. Tobias in the finals presents the ultimate challenge that validates every decision Ash made by keeping Pidgeot. When Tobias reveals Darkrai, the legendary's Dark Void puts most of Ash's team to sleep, just like canon, but Pidgeot's natural cure ability, developed through years of status condition exposure, allows it to wake up faster than expected. The battle that follows showcases Pidgeot at its absolute peak, using every technique mastered over 6 regions to stay competitive with a legendary Pokémon. Darkrai's Dream Eater finds less purchase because Pidgeot's mental fortitude, strengthened through countless battles and the bond with Ash, resists the psychic intrusion. While Pidgeot ultimately falls to Darkrai's superior power, it manages to inflict significant damage, leaving the legendary vulnerable when Ash sends out his final Pokémon. When Tobias reveals Latios, the Dragon-type legendary expects to face a weakened team, but Pidgeot's performance has changed the entire flow of the battle. Ash's remaining Pokémon are more confident because they witnessed Pidgeot hold its own against legendary opposition, proving that victory is possible through skill and determination rather than raw power alone. The final outcome sees Ash losing the league but earning something more valuable, recognition as a trainer whose tactical approach and Pokémon development rival those of legendary trainers. Tobias himself admits that Pidgeot's performance reminded him why he began training in the first place, seeking not just power, but the perfect harmony between trainer and Pokemon. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot for his entire journey, he would have won multiple league conferences, mastered aerial tactics beyond any trainer in his generation, and personally made his Pidgeot the strongest flying type in the world. The ripple effects extend far beyond Ash's personal achievements into the broader Pokemon world itself. Professor Oak's research benefits immensely from having consistent access to Pidgeot's data, leading to breakthrough studies on flying type evolution patterns and the relationship between trainer bonds and Pokemon development. Unlike Canon, where Oak's flying Pokemon research relies on scattered observations, he now has 6 regions worth of continuous data from a single specimen that experienced every major climate and battle condition. This research influences breeding programs across multiple regions and establishes new training methodologies that other flying type specialists adopt. Gary's rivalry with Ash takes on additional dimensions because Gary witnesses firsthand how a single consistent team member can anchor an entire training philosophy. Instead of constantly rotating his team like in canon, Gary begins developing deeper bonds with his core Pokemon, particularly his Arcanine and Umbreon, leading to his earlier transition into Pokemon research with a focus on long-term trainer-Pokemon relationships. The impact on other trainers Ash encounters becomes a recurring theme throughout his journey. Drew's contests benefit from studying Pidgeot's aerial grace, incorporating similar flight patterns into his Flygon's performances. May's coordination skills improve faster because she learns from Pidgeot's demonstrations of how power and elegance can coexist, leading to more dynamic contest performances that blend traditional beauty with impressive displays of strength. Dawn's Piplup develops better aerial awareness from observing Pidgeot's movements, making her Empoleon more formidable in battles that require three-dimensional thinking. These improvements cascade through the contest circuit, raising the overall skill level and creating more competitive events that showcase Pokemon abilities in new ways. Brock's breeding expertise expands to include specialized knowledge about flying type care and development, gained from years of observing Pidgeot's needs across different environments. His reputation as a breeder grows because trainers seek his advice on raising flying types that can match Pidgeot's versatility and endurance. This leads to Brock opening his own breeding facility earlier than in canon, focusing specifically on Pokemon that require complex environmental management and long-term development strategies. The facility becomes a training ground for aspiring breeders who want to understand the deeper aspects of Pokemon care beyond basic health maintenance. Team Rocket's schemes adapt to account for Pidgeot's consistent presence, leading to more elaborate aerial capture devices and strategies that push their inventiveness to new levels. Jesse's Wobbuffet learns to counter Pidgeot's attacks more effectively, while James develops a deeper appreciation for flying types that influences his later capture choices. Their failures against Pidgeot become learning experiences that make them more formidable opponents for other trainers, creating an unexpected positive impact on the criminal organization's overall effectiveness, though their focus on Pikachu remains unchanged. The Unova region presents unique challenges that test every aspect of Pidgeot's development when Ash decides to bring his full team instead of starting fresh, like in canon. Tripp's photography hobby benefits from having Pidgey as a subject, leading to award winning aerial shots that launch his career as a Pokemon photographer rather than just a trainer. Cylon's connoisseur evaluations become more sophisticated because he studies the complex flavor profiles that emerge from Pidgeot's long term bond with Ash, developing new assessment techniques that other connoisseurs adopt. Iris's fear of ice types diminishes faster because she witnesses how Pidgey handles type disadvantages through preparation and technique rather than raw power, inspiring her to develop similar strategies for her dragon types. The Kalos region becomes the stage for Pidgeot's greatest triumph when it learns to mega evolve, a process that unfolds differently than typical mega evolution because of their extended bond. Unlike trainers who discover mega evolution through external sources, Ash and Pidgeot's connection runs so deep that they achieve the transformation through pure synchronization during their battle with Karina's Mega Lucario. Professor Sycamore's research into mega evolution gains a unique case study in bond based transformation that challenges existing theories about the relationship between keystones and megastones. The discovery that some Pokemon can achieve mega evolution through emotional resonance rather than just stone based energy opens new research avenues across the scientific community. Serena's performance career benefits from studying Mega Pidgeot's aerial choreography, incorporating similar graceful movements into her showcase routines that set new standards for Pokemon performance art. Clement's inventions focus more on aerial support devices after witnessing Pidgeot's capabilities, leading to breakthrough technologies that help other flying type trainers maximize their Pokemon's potential. Bonnie's future as a trainer becomes more focused on flying types because she grows up alongside Mega Pidgeot, developing an intuitive understanding of aerial combat that serves her well when she begins her own journey. The Alola region introduces Z moves, and Pidgeot's mastery of supersonic Sky Strike becomes legendary among the island communities. The Z move's power, amplified by years of training and the Mega Evolution capability, creates aerial displays that influence local festivals and cultural celebrations. Hala's training methods evolve to incorporate aerial elements after witnessing Pidgeot's Z-move mastery, leading to new trial designs that challenge trainers in three-dimensional combat scenarios. Kukoi's research into Z-move mechanics benefits from studying how Pidgeot channels Z-power differently than Pokemon, with shorter training histories, revealing new insights into the relationship between experience and Z-move effectiveness. Lily's relationship with Pokemon develops faster because Pidgeot's gentle nature and protective instincts help her overcome her fear-based trauma more effectively than Snowy alone could manage in canon. Kiawe's respect for flying types grows after witnessing Pidgeot's fire-type move mastery through Heat Wave, leading him to incorporate aerial strategies into his own battle style. Lana's understanding of type matchups becomes more sophisticated because she studies how Pidgeot handles water-type opponents, developing new fishing techniques that account for aerial escape routes. The Galar region showcases Pidgeot's Gigantamax form, achieved through the deep bond that allows access to this rare transformation without needing specific genetic markers. Professor Magnolia's research into Dynamax energy gains crucial data from studying how a Pokemon with extensive battle experience handles the power amplification differently than less experienced Pokemon. Leon's championship battle against Ash becomes a true test of aerial supremacy when Gigantamax Pidgeot faces Leon's Charizard in a battle that redefines flying type combat for an entire generation of trainers. Hop's development as a trainer accelerates because he witnesses firsthand how consistency and dedication can elevate a Pokemon beyond its apparent limitations, inspiring him to focus more deeply on his core team rather than constantly seeking new captures. Marnie's strategies evolve to include more aerial counters after studying Pidgeot's techniques, making her a more well-rounded opponent who influences other trainers to consider three-dimensional battle planning. The World Coronation series becomes Pidgeot's ultimate stage, where every technique mastered across 6 regions comes together in battles against the world's elite trainers. Cynthia's Garchomp faces its greatest aerial challenge when battling Pidgeot, leading to a match that showcases how flying type mastery can compete with pseudo-legendary power through superior technique and battlefield awareness. Steven's Metagross encounters strategies it has never faced because Pidgeot's diverse moveset and tactical flexibility create scenarios that push the champion's analytical skills to their limits. The battles against other World Coronation Series participants demonstrate how Pidgeot's presence has elevated not just Ash's team, but the entire competitive landscape. Trainers begin incorporating more aerial elements into their strategies, leading to more dynamic battles that showcase Pokemon abilities in new ways. The influence extends to gym leaders and Elite Four members who update their teams and tactics to account for the new aerial meta that Pidgeot's success has established. When Ash finally faces Leon in the Masters 8 tournament, Pidgeot's role becomes the key to victory in a way that validates every decision made by keeping it for the entire journey. Leon's Charizard, accustomed to dominating aerial battles, finds itself outmaneuvered by a Pokemon whose experience spans every major region and battle condition. The final exchange, where Pidgeot's perfect sky attack breaks through Charizard's max airstream, represents the culmination of a journey that began with a simple choice to stay together and evolved into mastery that redefined what flying-type Pokemon could achieve. The victory establishes Ash as the strongest trainer in the world, but more importantly, it proves that the bond between trainer and Pokemon, nurtured over time and tested across countless battles, represents the true path to Pokemon mastery that transcends raw power or temporary advantages. The championship victory sends ripples throughout the Pokemon world that extend far beyond the immediate celebration. Professor Oak's research into Pokemon trainer bonds gains new dimensions when he studies the data from Pidgeot's development across 6 regions, leading to breakthrough discoveries about how consistent partnership affects Pokemon evolution and ability development that reshape academic understanding of trainer methodology. Gary's approach to training shifts dramatically after witnessing how his grandfather's original assessment of Ash's potential was proven correct through sustained commitment rather than frequent team changes. The research Oak publishes using Pidgeot's journey as a case study becomes required reading at Pokemon academies worldwide, establishing new training protocols that emphasize long-term partnership over rapid roster turnover. Brock's breeding programs incorporate lessons learned from Pidgeot's development, creating training regimens for flying-type Pokemon that focus on gradual skill building rather than immediate power gains. His breeding center becomes a destination for trainers seeking to develop similar long-term partnerships with their Pokemon, making him one of the most sought-after Pokemon breeders in the world. Misty's gym leadership style evolves to emphasize the importance of trainer Pokemon bonds after seeing how Ash's dedication to Pidgeot created championship level results, leading her to spend more individual time with each of her Pokemon and producing a generation of water type specialists who prioritize partnership over quick victories. The influence on subsequent generations of trainers becomes immediately apparent as Pokemon schools across all regions begin teaching Pidgeot's development as a model case study in sustained training excellence. Young trainers who watch the World Coronation Series final start their journeys with different expectations, choosing starter Pokemon with the intention of keeping them for their entire careers rather than building diverse teams through constant captures. The Pidgeot effect, as researchers begin calling it, leads to a measurable decrease in Pokemon abandonment rates and a corresponding increase in the average strength of trainer teams as partnerships deepen over time. Pokemon centers report fewer cases of behavioral issues stemming from frequent trainer changes, while Pokemon like Pidgey and Spearow experience increased popularity as starting Pokemon because trainers recognize their potential for long-term growth. The phenomenon extends beyond flying types as trainers begin applying the same principles to Pokemon of all types, creating a new generation of specialists who master their chosen Pokemon rather than collecting diverse teams. Regional champions begin restructuring their training philosophies after studying Ash's methods with Pidgeot. Cynthia implements new training protocols for her team that focus on deepening existing bonds rather than expanding her roster, leading to measurable improvements in her Pokemon's performance during exhibition matches. Lance's Dragon-type mastery reaches new heights when he applies Pidgeot's training principles to his Dragonite, resulting in aerial techniques that surpass even his previous championship-level skills. Steven's analytical approach to battle strategy incorporates lessons from Pidgeot's adaptability, making his Metagross more versatile in responding to unexpected battle conditions. The Elite Four members across all regions report similar improvements when they focus on perfecting techniques with their core teams rather than constantly adding new Pokemon to counter emerging threats. Wallace's contest performances reach new artistic heights when he applies the patience and dedication demonstrated by Ash and Pidgeot to his own Pokemon's skill development. The impact on Pokemon contests and showcases proves equally significant as coordinators and performers recognize that sustained partnership produces more sophisticated performances than frequent partner changes. Dawn's contest career reaches new peaks when she applies Pidgeot's training philosophy to her Piplup, creating performances that demonstrate technical mastery alongside emotional depth that judges consistently reward with higher scores. May's coordination skills evolve beyond her original approach as she witnesses how long-term dedication produces results that surpass natural talent combined with frequent team rotation. Serena's Pokemon Showcase performances gain new dimensions when she focuses on perfecting techniques with her core team rather than constantly seeking new Pokemon to add variety to her routines. The contest and showcase circuits experience a renaissance as performances become more sophisticated and emotionally resonant, leading to increased popularity and higher quality competitions that attract larger audiences and more prestigious sponsors. Gym leaders across all regions begin updating their testing methods to account for the new training philosophy that Pidgeot's success has popularized. Flannery's Fire type gym incorporates endurance challenges that test long term trainer Pokemon partnerships rather than just immediate battle prowess. Norman's Normal type gym develops new battle formats that reward trainers who demonstrate deep understanding of their Pokemon's capabilities, rather than those who rely on type advantages or overwhelming power. Rourke's Rock-type challenges evolve to include tests of patience and sustained effort that mirror the dedication required for Pidgeot's development. The gym leader community recognizes that their role extends beyond testing trainer skill to fostering the type of relationships that produce championship level results, leading to more comprehensive evaluation methods that better prepare trainers for long term success. The influence on Team Rocket's operations creates unexpected consequences as they witness firsthand how powerful sustained partnerships can become. Jesse and James begin applying similar dedication to their relationship with Meowth and their other Pokemon, leading to improved team coordination that makes them more effective in their schemes, while simultaneously creating stronger emotional bonds that occasionally conflict with their criminal objectives. Their encounters with Ash and Pikachu take on new dimensions, as they recognize the source of their opponent's strength lies not in natural talent or rare Pokemon, but in the type of commitment they themselves have begun to develop. The contradiction between their improved partnership skills and their criminal goals creates internal conflict that influences their character development in ways that ripple through their future encounters with Ash and other trainers. The Pokemon League system undergoes significant reforms as officials recognize that the traditional tournament format favors quick victories over the sustained excellence that produces true champions. New tournament structures emerge that test trainers across multiple battles over extended periods, allowing Pokemon like Pidgeot to demonstrate their full capabilities rather than relying on single battle outcomes that may not reflect true skill levels. The champion assessment criteria expand beyond battle results to include evaluation of trainer Pokemon relationships, leading to more comprehensive testing that better identifies trainers capable of representing their regions at the highest levels of competition. Regional Pokemon leagues begin offering specialized tracks for trainers who focus on mastering smaller teams rather than building large rosters, creating pathways to championship consideration that reward depth over breadth. International Pokemon competitions evolve to showcase the new training philosophy, as organizers recognize that audiences prefer watching battles between deeply bonded partners over exhibitions of raw power or type matchup advantages. The World Pokemon Tournament expands its format to include demonstrations of Pokemon abilities that highlight the results of long-term training partnerships, creating new categories of competition that celebrate sustained excellence alongside traditional battle victories. Exhibition matches between champions begin featuring their longest held Pokémon rather than their most powerful ones, generating audience interest in the stories behind successful partnerships that extends beyond battle outcomes to encompass the emotional journeys that produce championship level bonds. The economic impact of the Pidgeot phenomenon extends throughout Pokemon related industries as demand shifts toward products and services that support long term trainer Pokemon relationships. Pokemon food manufacturers develop specialized nutrition lines designed for Pokemon who remain with the same trainer for extended periods, accounting for the dietary needs that arise from sustained high level training rather than the general nutrition required for newly caught Pokemon. Training equipment companies create products specifically designed for deepening existing partnerships rather than accommodating frequent team changes, leading to innovations in Pokemon care and training technology that better serve dedicated trainers. The Pokemon merchandise industry experiences increased demand for items that celebrate specific Pokemon species rather than general trainer accessories, reflecting the new focus on individual Pokemon development over team diversity. Research institutions worldwide begin longitudinal studies tracking the development of trainer Pokemon partnerships over extended periods, using Ash and Pidgeot as the model for investigating how sustained relationships affect both Pokemon abilities and trainer skills. The data collected from these studies influences Pokemon education curricula, training methodologies, and even Pokemon capture and care regulations as governments recognize the benefits of promoting long term partnerships over frequent team turnover. Professor Elm's research into Pokemon happiness and performance correlation gains new funding and attention as the scientific community recognizes the measurable benefits of the training approach that produced Pidgeot's championship level abilities. The academic papers published from these studies become foundational texts for Pokemon training theory, establishing evidence based support for partnership focused training methods that reshape how Pokemon relationships are understood and cultivated. The legacy of Ash's decision to keep Pidgeot ultimately transforms not just his own journey, but the entire culture surrounding Pokemon training, creating a paradigm shift that influences how trainers, researchers, and Pokemon themselves approach the fundamental relationship that defines the Pokemon world. The ripple effects continue expanding as each new generation of trainers builds upon the foundation established by one choice to stay together, proving that the most profound changes often arise from the simplest decisions to commit to partnership over convenience, depth over breadth, and sustained effort over immediate gratification. The World Coronation series reaches its dramatic climax. Ash, with Pidgey by his side, stands against Leon and his formidable team. This is the moment Pidgeot has been training for its entire life, the culmination of decades of partnership. The stadium is electric. Leon, ever confident, sends out his Charizard. Ash counters with Pidgeot. The crowd roars, recognizing the legendary status of both Pokemon. Charizard immediately unleashes a powerful flamethrower, but Pidgeot, with a speed born from countless training sessions, weaves through the flames, demonstrating an agility that surprises even Leon. Pidgeot retaliates with a wing attack, striking Charizard with incredible force. Leon's Charizard is a powerhouse, shrugging off the hit and responding with Dragon Claw, but Pidgeot evades with a graceful aerial ace, landing another hit. The battle is a masterclass in aerial combat versus raw power. Charizard then Gigantamaxes, towering over the stadium, its G-Max wildfire engulfing the arena in an inferno. Pidgeot, however, has faced the most extreme conditions over its long life. Ash, with a quiet confidence that only Pidgeot truly understands, activates the Dynamax band. Pidgeot Gigantamaxes, transforming into a colossal bird of prey, its wingspan casting a shadow over the entire field. The G-Max wind rage it unleashes is a storm unto itself, countering Charizard's G-Max wildfire and creating a vortex that pushes both giants back. This clash of Gigantamax Titans is unlike anything ever seen in the World Coronation series. Pidgeot's G-Max Wind Rage continues to buffet Charizard, creating a powerful stat-reducing effect. Charizard attempts a max Rockfall, but Pidgeot, anticipating the move with a bond-enhanced intuition, uses max Airstream to boost its own speed while deflecting the rocks. The speed boost from max Airstream allows Pidgeot to outmaneuver Charizard's final max Flare, and with a decisive max strike, Pidgeot delivers a critical blow, sending Leon's ace tumbling to the ground. The crowd erupts. Leon recalls his Charizard, a rare look of surprise on his face. This is the first time anyone has truly pushed his ace to its limits in the World Coronation series. Leon sends out Rillaboom. Ash keeps Pidgeot on the field, confident in their shared strength. Rillaboom starts with a powerful drum beating, but Pidgeot, having maintained its Gigantamax form, uses max Airstream again, further boosting its speed and dodging the rhythmic attack. Pidgeot then dives with a max strike, hitting Rillaboom hard. Rillaboom tries to counter with high horsepower, but Pidgeot, at this enhanced speed, is simply too fast. Ash, seeing an opening, commands a max Gale Rush, a powerful flying-type move that carries Pidgeot through Rillaboom for a super effective hit, knocking out the grass type in one fell swoop. The crowd is on its feet, witnessing the sheer dominance of Ash's Pidgeot. Leon brings out his Cinderace. The Fire Rabbit leaps into action, launching a Pyro Ball. Pidgeot, still Gigantamaxed, meets the attack with a max Airstream, swirling the flames away and boosting its speed even further. Cinderace, quick as it is, struggles to keep up with Pidgeot's now incredible velocity. It calls for a max Guard, protecting Pidgeot from a quick scramble attack. Then, with a final devastating max Skyfall, Pidgeot comes crashing down on Cinderace, securing the win and leaving Leon with only 3 Pokémon left. This is unprecedented. Leon, visibly impressed, recalls Cinderace and sends out Dragapult. Dragapult, with its immense speed, presents a new challenge. Ash, knowing the power of Dragapult's Dragon Darts, recalls the Gigantamaxed Pidgeot, allowing it to return to its normal size, and sends out Lucario, ready to unleash a Mega Evolution. Lucario immediately Mega Evolves, its aura intensifying. Dragapult unleashes Dragon Darts, but Mega Lucario, with a powerful Aura Sphere, counters the incoming projectiles, creating an explosion of energy. Lucario then charges with a close combat, but Dragapult phases through the attack with Phantom Force. Lucario, however, uses its heightened senses to track Dragapult and lands a timely Meteor Mash as Dragapult reappears, catching it off guard. Dragapult, a formidable opponent, fires a flamethrower, but Lucario endures, retaliating with a powerful Bone Rush, finally taking down the pseudo-legendary. Leon's fourth Pokemon is Mr. Rime. Lucario, slightly weakened, faces the Ice Psychic type. Mr. Rime sets up a Reflect and Light screen, then launches an Expanding Force. Lucario, its Aura Sphere still potent, shatters the screens and strikes Mr. Rime with a close-range close combat. But the Ice type holds on, using Freeze Dry for a super effective hit. Lucario is struggling. Ash, seeing his Aura Pokemon's fatigue, makes a strategic switch, recalling Lucario and sending out Dragonite. Dragonite, with its sheer power, immediately uses Dragon Claw to break through Mr. Rime's defenses, then follows up with a powerful Hurricane, sweeping the Ice type off the field. Leon's fifth Pokemon is Inteleon. Dragonite, still powerful, faces the Water type. Inteleon uses Snipe Shot, a precise water attack, which lands a critical hit on Dragonite. Dragonite retaliates with Outrage, but Inteleon's Liquid Voice ability turns its sound-based moves into water-type attacks, and it unleashes a powerful Hyper Voice, dealing significant damage. Dragonite, in its Outrage confusion, strikes itself. Ash, seeing the disadvantage, recalls Dragonite and sends out Gengar, ready for a Gigantamax. Gengar Gigantamaxes, its massive form casting eerie shadows. Inteleon, agile as it is now facing a colossal opponent. Gengar uses G-Max Terror, inflicting a haunting curse on Inteleon and preventing it from switching out. Inteleon tries to respond with a Max Geyser, but Gengar's G-Max Malice, a powerful Ghost-type attack, consumes the water, and with a final terrifying G-Max Spurt, Gengar takes down Inteleon. Leon is down to his last Pokemon, a formidable Haxorus. Gengar, still Gigantamaxed, faces the Dragon type. Haxorus, with its powerful Dragon Claw, attempts to cleave through Gengar, but Gengar's ethereal form makes it difficult to hit. Gengar uses G-Max Terror again, further trapping Haxorus and chipping away at its health. Haxorus, enraged, uses Dragon Pulse, but Gengar, with its Max Phantasm, unleashes a spectral attack that deals massive damage, knocking out Haxorus. The stadium is absolutely silent for a moment, then erupts in an explosion of cheers. Ash has defeated Leon. Ash has won the World Coronation Series. The crowd chants his name. Pikachu leaps onto his shoulder, joyously sparking. Pidgeot flies down, nuzzling Ash affectionately. This is the moment, decades in the making, the ultimate payoff for a trainer and his first caught steadfast partner. The victory ceremony is a blur of flashing lights and adoring fans. Ash, holding the championship trophy aloft, looks at Pidgeot, a silent understanding passing between them. He has achieved his dream, and Pidgeot was there every step of the way. This is not just a personal triumph. It is a testament to the power of enduring partnership. The emotional sub-arc of Pidgeot mentoring Ash's other flying types, particularly Hawlucha and Noivern, culminates beautifully in this victory. Hawlucha, having learned precision and aerial dominance from Pidgeot, becomes a master of the skies, its high-flying acrobatics and powerful attacks a direct result of Pidgeot's guidance. Noivern, initially a timid Swablu, blossoms into a formidable dragon type, its sonic attacks amplified by the understanding of wind currents and flight dynamics that Pidgey imparted. Even Charizard, during its visits, learned new aerial maneuvers from Pidgeot, further enhancing its already incredible battle prowess. Pidgeot's influence created a lineage of powerful aerial combatants within Ash's team, each bringing a unique flair to battles, but all grounded in the fundamental principles of flight and strategy instilled by the venerable Kanto bird. Ash's team becomes a cohesive unit, not just a collection of strong Pokémon, but a family built on mutual respect and shared lessons. The theme that echoes through Ash's journey, made possible by his decision to keep Pidgeot, is the profound strength found not in novelty or constant change, but in unwavering commitment and deep, trust forged bonds. It's about understanding that the most powerful growth often comes from nurturing what you already have, rather than constantly seeking something new. The journey shows that by investing fully in a single, vital partnership, a trainer can not only achieve their dreams, but also reshape the very understanding of what it means to be a Pokemon master. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokemon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps, in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership. This Pidgeot, a beacon of loyalty and strength, becomes more than just a powerful battle partner. It becomes a symbol of Ash's unwavering commitment to his Pokémon. The Pidgeot's presence dramatically alters the Kanto League challenge for Ash. Instead of relying heavily on improvisation and luck, Ash now has a reliable, seasoned partner in Pidgeot, whose speed and aerial combat skills are unmatched. The Indigo Plateau Conference, a place of historical frustration for Ash in canon, sees a different outcome. His battle against Richie in the Indigo Plateau Conference, a pivotal loss in the original timeline, plays out very differently. Pidgeot steps up to face Sparky, Richie's Pikachu. In canon, Ash's Pikachu is exhausted and ultimately defeated. But this time, Pidgeot, with its superior speed and flying type advantage, dominates the field. Quick Attack combined with Wing Attack overwhelms Sparky, securing an early win for Ash. Next, Richie sends out Zippo, his Charmander. Pidgeot, utilizing its agility, avoids Zippo's flamethrower attacks, circling high above, before diving down with a powerful aerial ace, securing another victory. The final matchup, Ash's Squirtle against Richie's Cruise, still ends in a draw, but the momentum Pidgeot built allows Ash to proceed with more confidence. The next opponent is Jeanette Fisher, whose Beedrill, Scyther, and Bellsprout were formidable. In canon, Ash's Bulbasaur and Pikachu struggle. Here, Pidgeot's presence fundamentally shifts the battle strategy. Pidgeot, with its flying type advantage, makes short work of Jeanette's Bellsprout, dodging its Vine Whips and Sleep Powder with ease before finishing it with a powerful gust. When Scyther is sent out, Pidgeot, already familiar with battling fast, agile opponents from its many encounters in the wild, meets it head-on. The aerial dogfight between Pidgey and Scyther is intense, but Pidgeot's greater experience and Ash's strategic commands, honed by years of working with Pidgeot, allow it to outmaneuver Scyther's double team and slash attacks, eventually landing a critical wing attack that knocks Scyther out. Beedrill falls quickly to another gust. Unlike Cannon, Ash wins this match decisively, showcasing his strategic growth and Pidgeot's sheer power. His journey culminates in a deeper run in the Indigo League. He faces opponents like Mandi and his Kingler, and Pete Pebbleman with his Cloyster. Pidgeot's constant presence means Ash's team is better trained, more disciplined, and more powerful overall. Pidgeot becomes a consistent anchor in his team composition, allowing Ash to experiment with other Pokémon without losing his core strength. This time, Ash makes it to the top 4, perhaps even the finals, a significant improvement over his Cannon top 16 finish. While he might not win the Indigo League, the experience he gains and the reputation he builds are far greater, setting a new precedent for his future endeavors. As Ash moves to the Orange Islands, Pidgeot's role as a reliable scout and battle partner continues. The challenges in the Orange Islands, often requiring unique solutions and coordinated teamwork, are met with Pidgeot's unwavering support. The famous race against Rudy and his Electabuzz, Starmie, and Executor sees Pidgeot's speed and agility shine. In the final battle against Drake, the Orange League champion, Pidgeot plays a crucial role against Drake's Dragonite. While Dragonite is incredibly powerful and Pidgeot's experience in aerial combat allows it to hold its own, buying time for Ash's other Pokémon and contributing significant damage before being recalled. The Orange League victory, a canonical achievement, is secured with Pidgeot by Ash's side, a testament to their enduring partnership. The journey into Johto sees Pidgeot's mentorship role come into full effect. When Ash catches Noctowl, his first shiny Pokémon, Pidgeot takes it under its wing, so to speak. Pidgeot teaches Noctowl advanced aerial maneuvers and strategic flight patterns, helping the wise owl Pokémon hone its psychic abilities in conjunction with its flight. This mentorship ensures Noctowl becomes a more formidable and versatile combatant much faster than in Cannon, where it mostly relied on its psychic moves. Pidgeot's presence also gives Ash a significant edge in gym battles. Against Faulkner, the Violet City gym leader, Pidgeot's experience and raw power make the battle a swift victory for Ash, showcasing its dominance over Faulkner's Pidgeotto and Fearow. Instead of a tough fight, it's a display of mastery. The Johto League Silver Conference, another significant challenge, benefits immensely from Pidgeot's presence. Ash's battle against Harrison and his Blaziken, a heartbreaking loss in Cannon, still presents a formidable challenge, but Pidgeot's consistent contributions throughout the tournament mean Ash's team is in better shape. Pidgeot, with its enhanced speed and power, is able to land significant hits on Harrison's Blaziken, softening it up for Ash's other Pokémon. While the outcome against Harrison might remain the same, perhaps Ash pushing Harrison to his absolute limits, the overall performance of Ash's team is elevated. He might even win crucial preliminary battles more convincingly, preserving his team's strength for later rounds. Hoenn brings new flying-type companions into Ash's care, notably Swellow and later Staraptor. Pidgeot, the Venerable Elder, takes on a new layer of mentorship. Swellow, with its incredible speed, learns from Pidgeot how to channel that speed into precise, powerful attacks rather than simply relying on agility. Pidgeot demonstrates how to use the wind currents to its advantage, turning every aerial battle into a strategic masterpiece. This significantly accelerates Swellow's development, making it an even more potent force in the battles against gym leaders, like Winona, the Four-Tree City gym leader. The aerial battle between Swellow and Winona's Altaria is even more spectacular, with Swellow's newly refined aerial tactics, guided by Pidgeot's teachings, leading to a decisive win. The Hoenn League Grande Conference sees Ash make a deeper run. His battle against Morrison and his Metang, Steelix, and Agron is still a challenge, but Pidgeot's ability to clear the field of flying-type threats and its general hard-hitting moves help Ash conserve his team's energy. In the battle against Tyson and his Meowth, Metagross, and Sceptile, Pidgeot's experience is invaluable. Pidgeot faces Tyson's Skarmory, a powerful steel flying type. The battle is a clash of titans, but Pidgeot's sheer determination and Ash's trust allow it to overcome Skarmory with a powerful aerial ace, showing its continued dominance even against type-disadvantaged matchups. Ash pushes Tyson further than in canon, potentially even reaching the finals, changing the narrative of his Hoenn journey from a top 8 finish to a top-tier contender. The Battle Frontier, a series of unique challenges, is perfectly suited for Pidgeot's versatility and experience. Its ability to navigate complex environments, its powerful attacks, and its unwavering loyalty make it an invaluable asset. Pidgeot's role in the battle pyramid against Brandon's Regirock, Regis, and Registeel is particularly impactful. While Regirock still presents a massive hurdle, Pidgeot's aerial attacks and scouting abilities help Ash understand its movements better, allowing him to strategize more effectively. Pidgeot, through its resilience, manages to land critical hits, weakening the legendary golems and contributing to Ash's eventual Battle Frontier victory. The symbol of the Frontier Brain's respect, the Frontier symbol, feels even more earned with Pidgeot by his side. Sinnoh brings Gliscor and Staraptor into the fold. Pidgeot's mentorship is critical. Staraptor, with its aggressive battle style, learns to temper its wildness with Pidgeot's calculated precision. Pidgeot teaches Staraptor how to use its Brave Bird attack with maximum impact while minimizing recoil damage, turning Staraptor into an absolute powerhouse. Gliscor, initially a clumsy glider, benefits immensely from Pidgeot's guidance on air currents and controlled flight, transforming it into the agile aerial predator it becomes in canon, but much more quickly and proficiently. Pidgeot's experience also helps Ash in the battles against gym leaders like Maylene and Candace, where its speed and power are crucial in taking down their powerful fighting and ice-type Pokémon. The Sinnoh League Lily of the Valley Conference, the setting of Ash's iconic battle against Paul and later Tobias, sees Pidgey at its peak. In the intense, full battle against Paul, Pidgey acts as a key strategist. It faces off against Paul's Honchkrow, a dark mirror to Pidgeot's own evolution. The aerial dogfight is fierce, but Pidgeot's years of experience and Ash's deep bond allow it to outmaneuver Honchkrow's powerful attacks, eventually securing a vital win for Ash. This victory over Paul, a canonical highlight, feels even more earned with Pidgeot contributing significantly. The semi-final match against Tobias, a trainer with 2 legendary Pokémon, Darkrai and Latios, is still an uphill battle. However, Pidgeot, having battled countless powerful opponents over the years, is not intimidated. It faces Darkrai head-on. While it might not defeat Darkrai, Pidgeot's ability to land powerful hits such as a super effective aerial ace, and withstand Dream Eater with sheer will, showcases its incredible resilience. It forces Darkrai to expend more energy than in canon, allowing Ash's other Pokémon a better chance. In this timeline, Ash pushes Tobias to the absolute brink, perhaps even defeating Darkrai with a combined effort, and then facing Latios with a more prepared team, a feat unheard of in canon. Ash still might not win the Sinnoh League, but his performance against Tobias becomes legendary, solidifying his status as an elite trainer. Unova, often considered a step back for Ash in canon, becomes a journey of refinement and leadership for Pidgeot. Here, Pidgeot helps guide new flying types like Unfazant and Crocodile, who, while not flying type, has benefits from aerial battle tactics against flying opponents. Pidgeot's maturity and experience are vital for Ash's comparatively younger Unova team. Pidgeot ensures that Ash's Unova team develops faster and more cohesively. It aids in the training of Ash's Oshawott and Pignite, helping them spar and develop their agility against a flying opponent. Pidgeot's presence ensures that Ash's performance in the Unova League, a top 8 finish in canon, is significantly improved. With Pidgeot's consistent power, Ash could easily reach the top 4 or even the finals, demonstrating a level of mastery that avoids the perceived regression of his Unova journey. Kalos is where Ash's bond with Pidgeot truly reaches new heights, complementing the deep connection he forms with Greninja. Pidgeot, with its years of experience, is the perfect sparring partner for Hawlucha and Noivern, refining their aerial combat skills to an unprecedented degree. Pidgeot teaches Hawlucha advanced grappling techniques in midair, making its flying press even more devastating. Noivern, under Pidgeot's tutelage, learns to manipulate sound waves to create devastating aerial attacks, turning its boom burst into a precision weapon. Pidgeot's presence is also invaluable in the gym battles, particularly against Clement's electric types and Valerie's fairy types, where its speed and powerful flying type attacks can land crucial hits and provide tactical advantages. The Lumiose Conference, the site of Ash's most heart-wrenching loss against Alain, takes a different turn. Pidgeot, alongside Greninja, forms the ultimate aerial duo. In the final battle against Alain's Mega Charizard X, Pidgeot is a game-changer. Pidgeot, having battled Mega-evolved Pokémon before, is prepared. It uses its incredible speed to constantly pressure Mega Charizard X, forcing it to chase, creating openings for Greninja. Pidgeot's sustained aerial aces and Brave Birds chip away at Mega Charizard X's defenses. While Mega Charizard X is incredibly powerful, the combined assault from a fully mastered Ash Greninja and a seasoned, powerful Pidgeot is too much. After an intense aerial showdown, Pidgeot uses a powerful Sky attack, followed by Ash Greninja's Water Shuriken, to finally take down Alain's Mega Charizard X. Ash wins the Lumiose Conference, a monumental victory that reshapes his journey and eliminates the sting of that canon defeat. This victory, achieved with Pidgeot by his side, symbolizes the culmination of years of unwavering dedication and partnership. Alola brings a new challenge and a new bond with Rowlet, a sleepy but strong grass-just-you-flying type. Pidgeot, now a respected elder, subtly guides Rowlet. Rowlet, seeing Pidgeot's unwavering dedication, is inspired to train harder, its hidden potential awakening much faster. Pidgeot's presence means Ash has a powerful, consistent force throughout the island challenges and the Alola League. Pidgeot is invaluable in the Grand Trials, especially against Olivia's Lycanroc and Nanu's Dark types, where its flying type moves and raw power are crucial. The Manalo Conference is a triumph. Pidgeot is a pillar of strength throughout. In the final against Gladion, Pidgeot faces off against Gladion's Silvally. The battle is a testament to Pidgeot's adaptability and strength, as it uses its speed and powerful attacks to outmaneuver Silvally's varied moves. Pidgeot ultimately secures a crucial knockout, contributing significantly to Ash's first official league championship. The Alola League victory, a canonical achievement, feels even more profound with Pidgeot, the very first bird Pokemon Ash caught, by his side, finally achieving this milestone with his original partner. And then the World Coronation series, the ultimate test. Pidgeot, now a legend in its own right, is Ash's undeniable ace. Its power, speed, and strategic prowess are unmatched. The battles against the regional champions, particularly Raihan and his Duraludon, Leon and his Charizard, are epic. Pidgeot, leveraging its flying type advantage and years of combating powerful dragon types, is a crucial weapon against Raihan's team, breaking through defenses and securing KOS. The final battle against Leon is a spectacle. Pidgeot, alongside Pikachu, Dragonite, Lucario, Gengar, and Sirfetch'd, faces off against Leon's formidable team. Pidgeot's showdown against Leon's Dragapult is a highlight. The aerial combat is breathtaking, a dance of speed and power. Pidgeot, through sheer will and years of experience, eventually brings down Dragapult with a decisive, brave bird. When it comes to Leon's Gigantamax Charizard, Pidgey plays a crucial role in weakening it before Pikachu's final surge. Pidgeot's consistent damage output throughout the battle proves invaluable, pushing Leon to his limits. The World Coronation series is won, and Ash, with Pidgeot soaring beside him, is crowned the monarch, the strongest trainer in the world. The emotional arc comes full circle. Pidgeot, who Ash promised to return to after dealing with the Pharaoh, not only waited but soared to unimaginable heights with its trainer. The initial separation, a moment of deep regret for Ash, ultimately transformed into a bond of unyielding strength, proving that true commitment yields the greatest rewards. Pidgeot's journey from a young Pidgeotto to a world champion's ace is a testament to the power of enduring partnership. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokemon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps, in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership, a Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. The journey, however, does not end with the World Coronation series. Ash, now the monarch, continues his travels, not with the same desperate need to prove himself, but with a refined sense of purpose and an even deeper appreciation for his Pokémon. Pidgeot as his most veteran and reliable partner, continues to be a cornerstone of his team, a symbol of his unwavering commitment. The established dynamic of Pidgeot, mentoring younger flying types like Noivern, Holucha, and Rowlet, now extends to even stronger and more diverse aerial Pokemon Ash encounters. This mentorship deepens Pidgeot's own understanding of battle and strategy, making it an even more formidable combatant. In this timeline, the narrative around Ash shifts. He is no longer seen as the eternal underdog, but as a prodigy who, through dedication and an almost spiritual connection with his Pokemon, has reached the pinnacle of battling. His bond with Pidgeot is often highlighted in interviews and documentaries, becoming a central theme in his public persona. The story of Pidgeot, the Pokemon he released, and then in this timeline immediately reclaimed, is a powerful tale of commitment and growth that resonates with trainers across the world. Ash's post-Monarch journey takes him to new regions, exploring different battle styles and challenging himself further. He might, for instance, venture into the Paldea region, encountering the challenges of terrestrialization. Pidgeot, with its vast experience and adaptable fighting style, quickly masters this new phenomenon. Its terra-flying form, enhancing its already formidable flying-type attacks, makes its Brave Bird and Hurricane attacks absolutely devastating. Imagine Pidgeot, terrestrialized, soaring through the Paldean sky, its form shimmering with crystalline energy, a truly awe-inspiring sight. The Terra Raid battles, a significant part of the Paldean experience, become another arena for Pidgeot to shine. Its ability to quickly assess and adapt to the Terra types of opponents, combined with its high speed and powerful special attacks like Hurricane, makes it an indispensable asset. Pidgeot frequently acts as the lead in these raids, its years of experience guiding its younger teammates, ensuring strategic targeting and efficient takedowns of even the toughest Terra Pokemon. This is unlike canon, where Ash's Journeys team is his final, most polished iteration. Here, the team continues to evolve and grow, with Pidgeot as the constant. In this ongoing journey, Ash participates in exhibition matches against other regional champions and Elite Four members, solidifying his status. A hypothetical match against Cynthia, for example, would be a monumental clash of titans. Pidgeot facing off against Cynthia's Garchomp, a battle of speed and aerial dominance against raw power and ground-based might. Pidgeot's strategy here would involve exploiting Garchomp's reliance on ground attacks, using its superior air maneuverability to avoid dragon claws and earthquakes, while relentlessly striking with hurricanes and air slashes. This would be a grueling battle, but with Ash's heightened strategic insight and Pidgeot's deep well of experience, a win against a Pokémon as formidable as Garchomp becomes entirely plausible. The sheer spectacle of Pidgeot outmaneuvering a Garchomp would be a highlight, demonstrating the true potential of a fully realized flying type. The emotional core of Pidgeot's story, the initial promise and subsequent unwavering loyalty, continues to inspire Ash. It reminds him of the importance of every single Pokemon he catches and reinforces his philosophy of treating every Pokemon as an equal partner, fostering their individual strength and unique abilities. This consistent presence of Pidgeot prevents Ash from some of the more impulsive decisions he makes in canon, such as briefly considering releasing some of his Pokemon or struggling with the development of certain team members. Pidgeot, as the steady anchor, helps ground him. Consider the impact on Ash's rivalries. Gary Oak, witnessing Ash's continued success and the formidable partnership he shares with Pidgeot, would be even more motivated to push his own boundaries. Their matches, already intense in canon, would gain another layer of depth. Gary, always analytical, would meticulously study Pidgeot's battle style, attempting to devise counter strategies. This rivalry would continue to evolve, with both trainers pushing each other to greater heights, always with Pidgey as a benchmark for Ash's consistency. The bonds between Ash's Pokémon are also profoundly affected. Pidgeot, having been with Ash since Kanto, has seen generations of his Pokémon come and go. It acts as an elder statesman, a calming presence, especially for the younger, more inexperienced captures. When Ash catches a new flying type, like a Rookidee in Galar or a Wattrel in Paldea, Pidgeot immediately takes it under its wing, literally. It teaches them about the nuances of aerial combat, the importance of wind currents, and the best ways to conserve stamina during long flights. This mentorship creates a more cohesive and self-sufficient team dynamic where new additions quickly integrate and learn from the best. This is unlike canon, where the mentorship roles are often more fragmented or fall to Pokémon like Pikachu by default. Here, Pidgeot owns that role for its type. The World Coronation series arc plays out with even more conviction. The path to the Master 8 is achieved with Pidgeot leading the charge in many battles. Its consistent performance, its ability to scout and adapt, makes it an invaluable asset in the highly competitive environment. The battles against trainers like Drosna, Steven, and Cynthia are fought with a renewed intensity, Ash's strategies refined by Pidgeot's long experience. The final battle against Leon is not just about winning, it's about showcasing the culmination of a lifelong journey. Pidgeot's role in this battle is expanded. Instead of just weakening Dragapult, Pidgeot might even take down Leon's Rillaboom with a super effective Brave Bird, demonstrating its raw power and type advantage. The sheer force of Pidgeot's hits, honed over decades, would be enough to impress even Leon. And when it comes to Gigantamax Charizard, Pidgeot, with its unparalleled aerial mastery, would engage in a direct aerial dogfight, dodging devastating G-Max wildfire attacks and landing precision air slashes, contributing significantly more damage before Pikachu delivers the final blow. The victory feels even more earned, a testament to the enduring power of teamwork and loyalty. After becoming Monarch, Ash and Pidgeot embark on a journey not of conquest, but of exploration and continued learning. They might travel to ancient ruins, seeking to understand the origins of Pokémon power, or visit remote islands, discovering new species and battle techniques. Pidgeot, now a living legend, inspires entire generations of young trainers to form deeper bonds with their own Pokémon, to never give up on a promise, and to believe in the potential of consistent effort. The possibility of a Mega Pidgeot X, a new form that embodies its status as a true aerial monarch, is not just a fantasy in this timeline, but a probable outcome. After achieving the highest possible honor in the World Coronation series and continuing to push its limits, Pidgeot's bond with Ash would undoubtedly reach a level that unlocks even greater potential. This mega evolution would be more than just a power-up. It would be a visual representation of Pidgeot's journey, its unwavering loyalty, and its ultimate triumph. Its design would be sleek, powerful, and undeniably regal, a true apex predator of the skies, reflecting its status as a champion among champions. This Mega Pidgeot X, with increased speed, attack, and a unique ability that enhances flying type moves even further, would become the ultimate symbol of Ash's journey. The final image, then, is not just Ash standing on a podium. It is Ash, years later, perhaps an adult, still traveling, still learning, still challenging, but always with Pidgeot by his side. The Pidgeot that once flew away, now a magnificent, perhaps even mega evolved force of nature, a testament to a promise kept, a bond forged in fire, and a journey that truly knew no bounds. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokemon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership, a Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version. It would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed, yet ever evolving. Ash holds Pidgeot's Pokeball, a sense of quiet determination in his eyes. He looks at Pikachu, who nods. This time, Pidgeot isn't released. Instead, Ash thanks the Pidgeotto he just evolved, reaffirming their bond. Pidgeot lets out a proud cry, circling overhead once before returning to Ash's side. He gets to be with Ash. But what happens next? Pidgeot, now evolved into a powerful Pidgeot, remains a core member of Ash's team, a reliable aerial ace from the very beginning. This one decision is seemingly small, ripples across his entire journey, fundamentally altering his team composition, battle strategies, and even the emotional landscape of his growth as a trainer. He will personally make his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. The immediate impact is felt in Kanto. Pidgeot, with its increased power and speed, becomes an invaluable asset. Battles that were close calls in canon, like the fight against Blaine's Magmar, are now managed with a bit more ease. Pidgeot's quick attack and whirlwind prove instrumental in disorienting opponents and controlling the flow of battle. The gym battle against Giovanni's unnamed Pokémon, where Ash struggled, sees Pidgeot contributing significantly, using its speed to dodge and its wing attack to land critical blows, preventing some of the damage taken by Pikachu and Charizard. The Indigo Plateau Conference plays out differently. Pidgeot, a fully evolved and consistent member, provides the aerial dominance Ash often lacked. In the battle against Richie, Pidgeot's aerial superiority against Sparky the Pikachu or Zippo the Charmander helps secure crucial KOs, allowing Ash to conserve more of his team. While Ash still loses to Richie, the margin is much narrower, and the loss is attributed more to strategic missteps than a lack of raw power, a valuable lesson learned with a stronger, more complete team. As Ash embarks on his journey through the Orange Islands, Pidgeot continues to shine. The challenges here, often involving unique environmental elements, play perfectly to Pidgeot's strengths. Its ability to navigate treacherous waters, strong winds, and even assist in underwater missions by carrying Ash to specific points before Pidgeot herself returns to the sky proves invaluable. The GS ball retrieval, for instance, is made easier with Pidgeot's scouting abilities. The Orange League battles, particularly against Drake and his Dragonite, become epic aerial showdowns. Pidgeot, with its superior speed and powerful flying type moves like Aerial Ace and Sky Attack, engages Dragonite in a fierce struggle. While Dragonite is incredibly powerful, Pidgeot's consistent training and bond with Ash allow it to land significant damage, weakening the pseudo-legendary and making way for Pikachu to secure the final win, much like in canon, but with Pidgeot taking a much larger, more direct role in the victory. This time, Pidgeot is not just a participant, it's a co-star in Ash's first league victory. Moving into Johto, Pidgeot maintains its position as a frontline powerhouse. Its experience and battle prowess provide a solid foundation for Ash's newer, younger Pokémon. Noctowl, when caught, finds an immediate mentor in Pidgeot. Pidgeot teaches Noctowl advanced aerial maneuvers, how to read an opponent's movements in the sky, and the importance of precise targeting. This mentorship accelerates Noctowl's development, allowing it to become a more consistent and impactful fighter earlier than in canon. Pidgeot's presence also means Ash has a more reliable counter for grass and bug-type gym leaders. Against Bugsy's Scyther, Pidgeot's speed and wing attack dominate, securing a swift victory. In other gym battles, Pidgeot's ability to control the field with Whirlwind and its sheer power often simplifies encounters that were more protracted in canon. The Johto League Silver Conference sees Pidgeot in top form. In the iconic battle against Harrison's Blaziken, Pidgeot engages in a high-speed clash, using its agility to dodge Blaziken's powerful kicks and responding with Aerial Ace. While Blaziken is a formidable foe, Pidgeot's consistent presence and experience allow it to land crucial hits, contributing to the overall team effort, and potentially even securing a win against one of Harrison's other Pokémon, allowing Ash to advance further into the tournament, perhaps even reaching the semi-finals or beyond, fueled by a more consistently strong team. Hoenn presents new challenges, but Pidgeot's role remains crucial. While Ash's Hoenn team develops, Pidgeot serves as the experienced leader, especially for Swellow. Swellow, much like Noctowl before it, benefits immensely from Pidgeot's guidance. Pidgeot teaches Swellow sophisticated dive-bombing techniques, how to use its smaller size to its advantage, and how to coordinate aerial attacks with other Pokémon. This mentorship hones Swellow into an even more formidable aerial combatant. Pidgeot also helps in navigating the diverse Hoenn region, from scouting volcanic terrains to assisting in sea rescues, showcasing its versatility. During the Hoenn League Grande Conference, Pidgeot is a consistent force. It proves particularly effective against opponents with grass, bug, or fighting-type Pokémon. Its battles are often quick and decisive, conserving energy for the later stages of the tournament. The loss to Tyson and his Meowth in canon is still a possibility, as Tyson's team was incredibly well trained, but Pidgeot's presence ensures Ash puts up an even stronger fight, potentially pushing Tyson to his limits. Pidgeot's battle against Metagross, for instance, becomes a strategic aerial bombardment, with Pidgeot using its speed to avoid psychic attacks and chip away at Metagross's defenses with powerful flying type moves. The Battle Frontier arc is where Pidgeot truly shines as a seasoned veteran. Its experience from multiple leagues makes it an ideal choice for the intense challenges presented by the Frontier Brains. Against Noland's Articuno, Pidgeot, with its years of training and a deep bond with Ash, engages in an awe-inspiring aerial ballet. It uses its speed and agility to dodge Articuno's Ice Beam and Blizzard, countering with powerful wing attacks and aerial aces. The fight is a testament to Pidgeot's growth, culminating in a hard-fought victory where Pidgeot, through sheer determination and Ash's expert commands, manages to outmaneuver and eventually defeat the legendary bird, a feat that showcases its champion-level potential. This victory, unlike Canon, where Ash used Charizard, elevates Pidgeot to an even higher status within Ash's team and within the narrative. Pidgeot's leadership is also evident during the other Frontier Brain battles, providing crucial support and securing wins against opponents like Tucker's Swampert and Arcanine, and Brandon's Regirock, and Registeel, where it uses its speed and powerful attacks to exploit weaknesses or create openings for other team members. The battle frontier in this timeline is conquered with Pidgeot, standing proudly alongside Ash. In Sinnoh, Pidgeot continues its role as the experienced, reliable powerhouse. It provides a stable presence amidst Ash's developing Sinnoh team. Staraptor, when caught, inherits the mentorship chain established by Pidgeot through Noctowl and Swellow. Pidgeot teaches Staraptor advanced battle strategies, how to maintain focus under pressure, and how to fully utilize its Brave Bird attack with precision and power. This guidance helps Staraptor become a formidable fighter much quicker, enhancing Ash's overall team strength. Pidgeot also proves invaluable in navigating the varied landscapes of Sinnoh, from snowy mountains to dense forests, often scouting ahead for potential dangers or guiding Ash and his friends. During the Sinnoh League Lily of the Valley Conference, Pidgeot is a cornerstone of Ash's strategy. Its battles against trainers like Conway and Nando are swift and decisive. In the legendary semifinal battle against Tobias and his Darkrai, Pidgeot is sent out early. It engages Darkrai in a terrifying aerial duel, using its speed to dodge Darkrai's Dark Pulse. While Darkrai's Ominous Wind and Dark Void are still immensely powerful, Pidgeot's resilience and Ash's strategic commands allow it to deal significant damage, perhaps even taking down Darkrai, or at least severely weakening it before falling. This would allow Ash a much better chance against Tobias's Latios, possibly even securing a victory and advancing to the finals, a significant improvement over the canon outcome. The emotional impact of Pidgeot battling a legendary on equal footing underscores its incredible growth. Unova, often criticized for Ash's perceived reset, sees Pidgeot as a steadying force. Its presence prevents some of the more glaring strategic missteps from canon. Unpheasant, Ash's Unova flying type, receives direct and invaluable guidance from Pidgeot, learning advanced aerial combat and strategies, becoming a stronger and more reliable member of Ash's team faster than in canon. Pidgeot's sheer power ensures that early gym battles are handled with greater ease, preventing the need for some of the more unconventional strategies Ash employed in canon. The Unova League Virtus Conference sees Pidgeot performing consistently. Its speed and power are crucial against many of the regional Pokémon. In the battle against Cameron and his Lucario, Pidgeot, having faced fighting types throughout its journey, knows how to utilize its aerial advantage. It uses its speed to avoid Lucario's Aura Sphere and close combat, striking with powerful wing attacks and aerial aces from above. While Lucario is still a formidable opponent, Pidgeot's sustained assault and resilience contribute significantly, potentially securing a win or at least pushing Lucario to its absolute limits, allowing Ash to advance further in the tournament, moving beyond the top 8. Kalos is where Ash's bond with his Pokémon truly reaches new heights, and Pidgeot is no exception. Its presence means Ash has two incredible flying types, Pidgeot and Holusha, who can coordinate intricate aerial maneuvers. Pidgeot's wisdom guides Holusha, teaching it to blend its wrestling style with precise aerial strategy. Pidgeot is a consistent member of Ash's rotation for gym battles, often securing a quick win or weakening a powerful opponent. The Lumiose Conference, the site of Ash's most heart-wrenching loss in canon, becomes the stage for Pidgeot's ultimate redemption. In the final battle against Alain and his Mega Charizard X, Pidgeot rises to the occasion. Before Greninja even enters the fray, Pidgeot, with a roar, takes to the sky. It faces Mega Charizard X head-on, using its unparalleled speed to dodge Charizard's powerful Dragon Claws and Blast Burns. Ash, trusting Pidgeot implicitly, commands it to use a series of quick attacks, followed by a powerful aerial ace. The battle is fierce, a true clash of titans. Pidgeot, through its sheer tenacity and years of fighting experience, manages to deal significant damage to Mega Charizard X, pushing it to its limits. While it may not ultimately defeat Mega Charizard X, Alain's bond and Charizard's power were immense. Pidgeot's performance is legendary, humbling the pseudo-legendary and making Greninja's subsequent battle much more manageable. This time, Ash, with a stronger foundation provided by Pidgeot's contributions, has a much higher chance of winning the Lumiose Conference, potentially securing his first league victory since the Orange Islands. The emotional arc of this fight, with Pidgeot standing strong against a legendary tier opponent, is a powerful testament to its journey. Alola, with its unique island challenges and Z moves, offers Pidgeot a new arena to showcase its power. While Ash focuses on his Alolan team, Pidgeot is called upon for crucial trials and grand trials. Its ability to navigate the diverse Alolan landscapes, from vast oceans to towering volcanoes, is invaluable. Pidgeot also develops a strong bond with Rowlet, serving as a protective figure and teaching Rowlet how to master its aerial movements and leafage attacks. This mentorship helps Rowlet become a more strategic and precise fighter. Pidgeot, with its access to a flying type Z move, Supersonic Sky Strike, becomes an even more devastating force. In the Manalo Conference, Pidgeot is a key player. It uses its Z move to devastating effect against opponents, often securing an instant KO or severely weakening even the toughest foes. In the final battle against Gladion's Lycanroc, Pidgeot battles with renewed vigor, using its speed to avoid Lycanroc's Accelerock encounter, landing powerful wing attacks. The Alola League in this timeline is one with Pidgeot playing a pivotal role in multiple battles, showcasing its continued relevance and power even after decades of journeying with Ash. Finally, in the World Coronation series, Pidgeot is Ash's ultimate ace, his consistent partner through every challenge. The journey through the ranks, facing off against formidable trainers like Viscas, Bea, and Raihan, sees Pidgeot consistently performing at an elite level. Its years of experience, combined with Ash's evolving strategies, make it an incredibly versatile and powerful combatant. In the Masters 8 tournament, Pidgeot is a central figure in Ash's team. Its battles against trainers like Steven Stone, Cynthia, and Leon are legendary. Against Steven's Mega Metagross, Pidgeot, drawing on its previous experience from Hoenn, engages in an even more refined aerial assault, using its speed and supersonic Sky Strike to break through Metagross's defenses and secure a hard-fought victory. Against Cynthia's Garchomp, Pidgeot engages in a high-stakes aerial duel, using its agility to dodge Garchomp's Dragon Claw and Dragon Rush, striking back with powerful flying-type moves. The culmination of its journey comes in the final battle against Leon's Charizard. This is the ultimate aerial showdown, a battle decades in the making. Pidgeot, with its unwavering loyalty and unmatched experience, faces Leon's ace. The battle is a whirlwind of wing attacks, quick attacks, and powerful dragon pulses from Charizard. Ash, through expert commands, guides Pidgeot to unleash its full power. The fight is a testament to the bond between trainer and Pokémon, a display of pure mastery. Pidgeot, with a final powerful brave bird, honed over countless battles and generations of mentorship, clashes with Charizard's Dragon Pulse. The resulting explosion, the dust settling, reveals Pidgeot standing victorious, having overcome the ultimate challenge, bringing Ash the title of World Champion. The possibility of a Mega Pidgeot X, a new form that embodies its status as a true aerial monarch, is not just a fantasy in this timeline, but a probable outcome. After achieving the highest possible honor in the World Coronation series and continuing to push its limits, Pidgeot's bond with Ash would undoubtedly reach a level that unlocks even greater potential. This mega evolution would be more than just a power-up. It would be a visual representation of Pidgeot's journey, its unwavering loyalty, and its ultimate triumph. Its design would be sleek, powerful, and undeniably regal, a true apex predator of the skies, reflecting its status as a champion among champions. This Mega Pidgeot X, with increased speed, attack, and a unique ability that enhances flying-type moves even further, would become the ultimate symbol of Ash's journey. The final image, then, is not just Ash standing on a podium. It is Ash, years later, perhaps an adult, still traveling, still learning, still challenging, but always with Pidgeot by his side, the Pidgeot that once flew away, now a magnificent, perhaps even mega-evolved force of nature, a testament to a promise kept, a bond forged in fire, and a journey that truly knew no bounds. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokémon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps, in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership. A Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version, it would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed yet ever evolving. The profound impact of Pidgeot's presence reverberates far beyond just Ash's team composition. Consider the ripple effect on his rivals and their strategies. Gary Oak, constantly striving to outdo Ash, would undoubtedly notice Pidgeot's consistent performance. Ash's reliance on Pidgeot as a consistent aerial threat means Gary would be forced to adapt, perhaps focusing more on electric or rock types in his own team compositions earlier in his journey, rather than the more balanced approach we saw in canon. This subtle shift in Gary's training philosophy could lead to different key battles throughout their Kanto rivalry, potentially even altering the outcome of their Indigo Plateau Conference bout. While Ash still loses to Richie in this timeline, the battle might be closer, with Pidgeot pushing Sparky to its absolute limits, perhaps even forcing a double knockout with Pikachu, a stark contrast to the slightly more straightforward loss in canon. As Ash transitions to the Johto region, Pidgeot's influence continues to grow. The early stages of Johto, often characterized by Ash's team struggling to adapt to new Pokémon and challenges, would be significantly smoother. Pidgeot would serve as a battle-hardened veteran, its experience in Kanto proving invaluable against Johto's diverse wild Pokémon and trainers. Encounters like the battle against Bugsy's Scyther, which was a tough challenge in canon, might see Pidgeot taking a more prominent role, using its speed and flying-type attacks to gain an early advantage, instead of relying solely on Cyndaquil's flamethrower. This early success could boost the confidence of Ash's newer Johto captures, speeding up their development. The most significant impact in Johto, however, would be on Ash's flying-type acquisitions. Noctowl, a shining example of Ash's strategic captures, would still join Ash's team. However, with Pidgey already a powerhouse, Noctowl's development might take a different trajectory. Instead of being the primary flying specialist, Noctowl could focus on its psychic-type abilities, becoming a more specialized utility Pokémon, with moves like Hypnosis and Confusion, complementing Pidgeot's offensive power. This allows Ash to develop a more diverse aerial strategy, rather than having two primarily offensive flying types. Pidgeot would also act as a mentor for Noctowl, guiding it through its first major battles and instilling in it the same battle discipline it learned from Ash. The Johto League Silver Conference would be Pidgeot's true proving ground in this region. Against Harrison's Blaziken, a powerful fire-fighting type that proved challenging for Ash's Bayleaf in canon, Pidgeot's aerial ace or quick attack, combined with its superior speed, could deliver critical early damage. While Blaziken's sheer power is undeniable, Pidgeot's aerial advantage would make it a formidable opponent. The battle against Gary in the quarterfinals, an iconic clash that ends in Ash's defeat in canon, would be dramatically different. Pidgeot, with its experience and power, would be a direct counter to several of Gary's Pokémon, particularly his Scyther and Nidoqueen. Imagine Pidgeot soaring above the battlefield, unleashing a devastating wing attack on Scyther, or using Mirror Move to reflect Nidoqueen's Earth power. This time, Pidgeot's presence could tip the scales, allowing Ash to secure a hard-fought victory against his lifelong rival, a monumental achievement that would reshape his confidence going into the semifinals. With Pidgeot's unwavering support, Ash's journey through the Hoenn region would also be marked by subtle yet significant changes. While his team still consists of new Hoenn Pokémon like Swellow, Grovyle, Corphish, and Torkoal, Pidgeot would provide a consistent anchor. Swellow, Ash's cannon flying type in Hoenn, would still be caught. However, instead of becoming Ash's primary aerial combatant, Swellow could develop into a specialized scout or a swift entry hazard setter, using moves like Tailwind to support its teammates, taking on a more supportive role. Pidgeot, with its higher base stats and battle experience, would continue to be the main offensive flying type. This dynamic would allow Ash to experiment with different battle strategies, providing him with greater flexibility against opponents like Winona and her Altaria. Pidgeot, with its sheer power, could likely overpower Altaria, securing the Feather Badge with relative ease, unlike the more challenging battle Electabuzz and Swellow faced in canon. The Hoenn League Grande Conference would be another opportunity for Pidgeot to shine. The battle against Tyson's Meowth, which famously defeated Ash's Sceptile in canon, would see Pidgeot entering the fray. Pidgeot's speed and powerful flying-type attacks could easily overwhelm Meowth, avenging Sceptile's loss and preserving Ash's stronger Pokémon for later rounds. The consistency provided by Pidgeot would likely push Ash further in the tournament, potentially even allowing him to reach the finals. While Tyson's Metagross and Sceptile are formidable, Pidgeot's ability to take down key opponents would free up Ash's other Pokémon to focus on their specific matchups, increasing his overall chances of victory. Moving into the Battle Frontier arc, Pidgeot's role as a seasoned veteran would be more apparent than ever. Against powerful frontier brains like Noland and his Articuno, Pidgeot's experience would be crucial. While Articuno is a legendary Pokémon, Pidgeot's sheer determination and Ash's strategic use of his speed could lead to a surprising outcome. Imagine Pidgeot using Quick Attack to dodge Articuno's Ice Beam, then delivering a powerful aerial ace. While a win against a legendary is never guaranteed, Pidgeot would certainly push Articuno to its limits, potentially even forcing a draw, a stronger showing than what we saw in canon. The Battle Pyramid Challenge against Brandon's Regirock, Registeel, and Regis would also benefit from Pidgeot's presence. Its speed and ability to cover the arena quickly would be invaluable in navigating the pyramid's traps and challenges, and its powerful attacks could chip away at the legendary Golem's defenses, setting up opportunities for Ash's other Pokémon to finish the job. The Sinnoh region, known for its intense rivalries and challenging gym leaders, would see Pidgeot maintaining its status as a core member of Ash's team. Staraptor, Ash's cannon flying type in Sinnoh, would still be caught and evolve. However, similar to Noctowl and Swellow before it, Staraptor would take on a more specialized role. Perhaps Staraptor would become Ash's designated Intimidate user, focusing on weakening opponents, while Pidgeot continues to be the primary offensive force. This allows Ash to use both flying types effectively, creating a more dynamic and unpredictable aerial strategy. Pidgeot's presence would be particularly impactful in gym battles, like the one against Fantina and her Mismagius. Pidgeot's sheer power and speed would be a direct counter to Mismagius's evasive maneuvers, allowing Ash to secure the relic badge with greater confidence. The Sinnoh League Lily of the Valley Conference, the pinnacle of Ash's Sinnoh journey, would be where Pidgeot truly shines. The semi-final battle against Paul, a long-standing rival, would be a decisive moment. Paul's Honchkrow, a powerful flying dark type, would be a natural matchup for Pidgeot. This epic aerial clash, filled with powerful wing attacks, brave birds, and potentially even mirror moves, would be a sight to behold. Pidgeot, with its years of experience, would likely emerge victorious, avenging Ash's previous losses to Paul and his Honchkrow. This victory would be a culmination of their rivalry, demonstrating how far both Ash and Pidgeot have come. The grand finale against Tobias and his legendary Darkrai and Latios would be the ultimate test. In canon, Ash's team, despite a valiant effort, was ultimately overwhelmed by Tobias's legendaries. However, with Pidgeot on his team, the outcome could be different. Pidgeot's sheer power and speed, coupled with its unwavering determination, would make it a formidable opponent for Darkrai. Its ability to disrupt Darkrai's Dark Void with powerful gusts of wind or quick aerial maneuvers would be crucial. While defeating a legendary like Darkrai is an immense challenge, Pidgeot, with its experience battling other powerful Pokémon, could push Darkrai to its absolute limit, perhaps even securing a crucial knockout before falling. This would put Ash in a much stronger position to face Latios, potentially allowing him to secure the Sinnoh League title, a dream he continuously pursued. Ash's journey to Unova, a region often seen as a step back in terms of his battle prowess, would be significantly bolstered by Pidgeot's presence. Unfazant, Ash's cannon flying type in Unova, would still be caught, but its role would be minimal compared to Pidgeot. Unfazant's development, much like Swellow and Staraptor before it, could focus on less direct combat roles, perhaps becoming a distraction or a setup Pokémon. Pidgeot, as the seasoned veteran, would provide the consistent power and experience that Ash's Unova team often lacked. Battles against gym leaders like Skyla, whose reliance on flying types made for a challenging fight in canon, would be more straightforward with Pidgeot's superior stats and battle knowledge. Pidgeot's ability to dominate the skies would make quick work of Skyla's Swanna and Unfazant, securing the Jet Badge with ease. The Unova League Virtus Conference, where Ash suffers a shocking loss to Cameron, would also be a different story. Cameron's Hydreigon, a pseudo-legendary that single-handedly took down several of Ash's Pokémon in canon, would be a prime target for Pidgeot. Pidgeot's speed and powerful flying-type attacks would be super effective against Hydreigon. While Hydreigon is incredibly strong, Pidgeot's experience and Ash's strategic commands could allow Pidgeot to land critical blows, potentially even defeating Hydreigon, an outcome that would drastically alter the flow of the battle and likely lead to Ash advancing further in the tournament, perhaps even winning it, given the relative weakness of the other competitors compared to previous leagues. In Kalos, a region defined by mega evolution and intense battles, Pidgeot's presence would be crucial. Ash's Talonflame, his cannon flying type, would still be caught and evolve, but its role would be as a swift, agile attacker, complementing Pidgeot's raw power. The possibility of Pidgeot undergoing mega evolution in this region, as hinted at earlier, would elevate Ash's team to an entirely new level. With Mega Pidgeot, Ash would possess a formidable aerial threat capable of rivaling even Mega Charizard X and Mega Sceptile. This would dramatically impact key battles, particularly against Gym Leader Rivalry and her Sylveon, where Mega Pidgeot's Steel Wing or Brave Bird could overcome Sylveon's Fairy-type defenses. The Kalos League Lumiose Conference, a journey that sees Ash reach the finals against Alan, would be the ultimate stage for Mega Pidgeot. The iconic showdown between Ash's Greninja and Alan's Mega Charizard X, a battle that Ash famously loses in canon, would be recontextualized. With Mega Pidgeot on his team, Ash would have an additional powerful Mega Evolution. Imagine Mega Pidgeot battling Alan's Mega Charizard X in an aerial dogfight of epic proportions. Mega Pidgeot's incredible speed and powerful flying-type attacks, combined with its new ability, could go toe-to-toe with Mega Charizard X's raw power. This would relieve some of the pressure on Ash's Greninja, allowing it to conserve its strength for other opponents or to focus on a more strategic approach against Charizard. While the outcome of this battle is not guaranteed, Mega Pidgeot's presence would undoubtedly make it a much closer fight, potentially even allowing Ash to secure his first league championship in a main region, a truly historic moment. Alola, with its unique Island Challenge and Z moves, would also see Pidgeot adapting and excelling. While Ash's Rowlet and later his various Pokémon would still be a part of his team, Pidgeot would be the consistent powerhouse. Pidgeot could master a flying-type Z move, Supersonic Sky Strike, becoming an unstoppable force against Totem Pokémon and Kahunas alike. Imagine Pidgeot unleashing a devastating Supersonic Sky Strike on Nanu's Crocodile, securing a swift victory, or using its speed to outmaneuver Olivia's Lycanroc. Pidgeot's experience would also make it an ideal partner for Ash in his grand trials, providing him with a reliable and powerful option against the challenging Kahunas. The Alola League Manalo Conference, where Ash finally wins his first official league championship in canon, would be a more decisive victory with Pidgeot. Pidgeot's presence would allow Ash to conserve his other Pokémon for tougher battles. Against Guzma's Golisopod, which proved to be a formidable opponent for Ash's Pikachu, Pidgeot could utilize its speed and aerial maneuvers to avoid first impression, then counter with powerful flying-type attacks. Its stability would allow Ash to navigate the tournament with greater ease, ultimately culminating in a more dominant performance in the finals against Gladion and his Silvally. Pidgeot, with its battle-hardened experience, would be a key player in taking down Gladion's powerful Pokémon, securing Ash's place as the first Alola League champion. Finally, in the World Coronation Series, the ultimate test of strength and skill, Pidgeot would be at its absolute peak. Having accompanied Ash through every region, every major tournament, and countless battles, Pidgeot would be an indispensable member of his team. Its potential mega evolution in Kalos would be fully realized here, allowing it to compete with the strongest Pokémon in the world. Against opponents like Leon's Charizard, Pidgeot, particularly in its mega evolved state, would be a direct and formidable challenge. The aerial battle between two of the most iconic flying fire-type Pokémon, Charizard X and Mega Pidgeot X, would be a spectacle of raw power and skill. This time, with Mega Pidgeot's incredible speed, power, and the accumulated experience of 2 decades of battling, the outcome would be a hard-fought victory for Ash. Mega Pidgeot would be the one to land the final, decisive blow against Leon's Charizard, securing Ash's title as the monarch of the World Coronation Series. The journey of Ash and Pidgeot, from a fledgling Pidgeotto released in Viridian Forest to the undisputed world champions, is a testament to the power of a bond forged through shared experiences and unwavering loyalty. The theme that resonates throughout this alternate timeline is the profound impact of consistency and trust. Ash, by keeping Pidgeot, trusts in the potential of his Pokémon, fostering a deeper, more enduring bond that allows them to overcome any challenge. Pidgeot, in turn, trusts Ash's leadership, evolving not just in power, but in its strategic understanding and its ability to mentor younger Pokémon. This journey proves that you don't always need to release a Pokémon to help others. Sometimes, the greatest help comes from staying together. This unbreakable partnership, fueled by mutual respect and a shared dream, is what ultimately propels them to the pinnacle of the Pokémon world. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokemon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps, in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership, a Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version. It would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed, yet is ever evolving. Imagine the awe as this magnificent Mega Pidgeot X, with its streamlined form, enhanced plumage, and eyes glowing with determination, takes to the sky, a champion among champions, forever bound to the boy who never gave up on it, and who in turn was never given up on. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version. It would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed, yet ever evolving. Imagine the awe as this magnificent Mega Pidgeot X, with its streamlined form, enhanced plumage, and eyes glowing with determination, takes to the sky, a champion among champions, forever bound to the boy who never gave up on it, and who, in turn, was never given up on. The ramifications of Pidgeot's continued presence are not limited to just Ash's performance in the World Coronation series. The ripple effect would touch every aspect of Ash's journey, beginning with his early Kanto adventures. With Pidgeot consistently by his side, the narrative of Ash's Kanto journey gains a foundational layer of reliability that was in canon often provided by Pikachu and later Charizard. Pidgeot's ability to scout, transport, and battle would have significantly smoothed out many of the early challenges Ash faced. For example, during the Vermilion City Gym battle against Lothian Surge, Pidgeot, with its superior speed and flying type advantages, would have been a formidable opponent for Surge's Raichu. While Pikachu famously struggled, ultimately winning with its unique brand of agility, Pidgeot would have approached it with a different tactical advantage. Imagine a strategy where Pidgeot uses Quick Attack to continuously evade Raichu's slower electric attacks, then lands powerful wing attacks or aerial ace strikes. This battle, unlike Canon, might see Ash opting for a more conventional type advantage strategy, potentially securing the Thunder Badge with less struggle and a more decisive win. This doesn't diminish Pikachu's development, but rather allows for a diversified approach to gym battles, showcasing Ash's growing tactical versatility. Beyond individual battles, Pidgeot's consistent presence would impact team dynamics. In Kanto, Ash's team often felt like a collection of individuals. Pidgeot, with its evolving maturity and loyalty, would naturally assume a leadership role among the flying types, a role that was often absent until later generations. For example, when Ash catches his Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander, Pidgeot would be the one consistently looking out for them from above, providing reconnaissance and offering aerial support in Team Rocket encounters. This consistent guardian figure would instill a greater sense of cohesion within Ash's early team, perhaps even influencing the development of his other Pokémon. Charmander, for instance, might have grown into a more stable Charmeleon and Charizard if it had a strong, consistent example of loyalty and determination from Pidgeot rather than its canonical path of increasing disobedience. This isn't to say Charizard wouldn't still develop its fiery independence, but Pidgeot's steadfast presence might have tempered it, shortening its rebellious phase or making it less extreme. Moving into the Orange Islands, Pidgeot's would have been an invaluable asset. The island challenges often involved navigating treacherous terrains and aerial maneuvers. Pidgeot's consistent presence would make challenges like outmaneuvering the giant Onix in the Crystal Onix episode, or navigating the strong winds of Mandarin Island for the Orange League significantly easier. Its ability to carry Ash and his friends, a feat it often performed briefly in canon, would become a reliable mode of transport, reducing reliance on other Pokémon or less efficient methods. This would expedite Ash's journey through the Orange Islands, allowing him more time for training or exploring unique Pokémon. Imagine Pidgeot soaring through the archipelago, Ash riding on its back, giving him a constant aerial perspective and a tactical advantage in unexpected encounters. The Dragonite battle against Drake would also play out differently. While Pikachu and Lapras were key, a fully evolved, highly experienced Pidgeot, knowing moves like Sky Attack or Hurricane, would have been a crucial counter to Dragonite's flying type. Pidgeot's speed and power would provide a much-needed offensive edge, potentially securing a faster victory for Ash and making his Orange League win even more dominant than in canon. The Johto journey, where Ash often struggled with team consistency and developing his new Pokémon, would also see a significant shift. Pidgeot, by this point a seasoned veteran, would serve as the ultimate big brother figure to Pokémon like Noctowl and Swellow. Noctowl, Ash's only shiny Pokémon, would benefit immensely from Pidgeot's mentorship. Pidgeot could teach Noctowl advanced aerial maneuvers, strategic flight patterns, and perhaps even help it refine its psychic-type moves by demonstrating precision and focus in battle. Swellow, a Pokémon known for its speed and aerial combat prowess, would find a natural sparring partner and mentor in Pidgeot. Their training sessions would be intense, pushing both Pokemon to new heights. Pidgeot's presence means Ash wouldn't need to rely solely on Pikachu or Bayleaf for critical battles. During the Johto League, Pidgeot would be a cornerstone of Ash's team. Consider the battle against Harrison's Blaziken. In canon, Ash's Charizard delivered a memorable performance. This time, Pidgeot, with its incredible speed and powerful flying-type attacks, could serve a similar role, perhaps even setting up Blaziken for a finishing blow from another of Ash's Pokémon, or even delivering the knockout itself with a powerful Brave Bird, a move it would undoubtedly have mastered by this point. This would also free up Ash's other Pokémon to focus on different opponents, allowing for a more balanced and strategically diverse team composition. The Hoenn region, with its focus on Pidgeot's own evolutionary line in the form of Swellow, would be a fascinating dynamic. Swellow, as mentioned, would have an immediate mentor. Pidgeot's experience in dealing with other flying types and its ability to lead a team would be invaluable. This mentorship could accelerate Swellow's growth and battle readiness, making it an even more formidable asset earlier in the Hoenn League. Pidgeot's sheer power would also be a game changer in gym battles. For example, against Winona's flying-type gym, Pidgeot would be the ultimate counter. While Swellow performed admirably in canon, Pidgeot, with its higher base stats and years of battle experience, would likely sweep through Winona's team, showcasing a masterclass in aerial combat and securing the Feather Badge with ease. This would be a moment where Pidgeot truly shines, reaffirming its status as a powerhouse. In the Hoenn League, Pidgeot would be critical in battles against opponents like Katie's Walrein or Morrison's Steelix. Its ability to maneuver around ground-bound threats and deliver powerful, super-effective attacks would be a consistent advantage, elevating Ash's overall performance in the tournament, potentially pushing him further than his canon top 8 finish. The Battle Frontier, a true test of Ash's battle acumen, would be where Pidgeot's versatility would be fully showcased. Each frontier brain presents a unique challenge. Against the strategic Noland and his Articuno, Pidgeot would be the perfect counter. Its incredible speed and powerful attacks would give Ash a significant edge, potentially even allowing Pidgeot to outmaneuver the legendary Pokemon's slower, more deliberate attacks. Imagine Pidgeot using Double Team to create illusions, then striking with a devastating Brave Bird, a testament to its growth over multiple regions. Against the tactical Tucker and his Swampert and Arcanine, Pidgeot's aerial superiority would be a key factor in dictating the pace of battle. Its ability to create openings and deliver powerful blows would be crucial. The Gruden simulation against Brandon would also be a compelling scenario. While Ash's Sceptile famously delivered the win, Pidgeot's sheer power and resilience, honed over years of battling, would make it a strong contender against Brandon's legendary Pokémon, potentially even being the one to land a decisive blow or weaken it significantly for another Pokémon to finish. Pidgeot's consistent presence throughout the battle frontier would likely see Ash conquering the challenges with greater ease and perhaps a more decisive victory over Brandon, further solidifying his reputation as a top-tier trainer. Sinnoh, a region known for its powerful trainers and strategic battles, would greatly benefit from Pidgeot's presence. Pidgeot would continue its mentorship role, this time with Staraptor. Staraptor, A powerful flying type in its own right would learn invaluable lessons from Pidgeot, particularly in terms of aerial tactics and resilience. The bond between them would be a highlight, demonstrating a clear line of succession in Ash's aerial team. In gym battles, Pidgeot would be a reliable asset. Against Maylene's Lucario, Pidgeot's speed could counter Lucario's aura-based attacks, using its agility to dodge and strike. Against Candace's ice types, Pidgeot would have to be careful, but its raw power and speed could still be an advantage. Perhaps using close combat, a move it might have learned to deal with rock or ice types to surprise opponents. The Sinnoh League, where Ash faced one of his toughest challenges against Paul and Tobias, would be fundamentally altered. Pidgeot would be a guaranteed slot on Ash's team. Against Paul, Pidgeot's speed and power would be crucial against Pokémon like Agron or Drapion, giving Ash a powerful offensive option. Its experience would also be invaluable in navigating Paul's intricate strategies. Against Tobias and his Darkrai and Latios, Pidgeot would be Ash's best bet for dealing significant flying-type damage. While it's still a monumental challenge to defeat two legendary Pokémon, Pidgeot, with its full arsenal of moves and years of experience, would be the Pokémon best equipped to push them to their limits, perhaps even taking down one of them, a feat that would be monumental and change the perception of Ash's Sinnoh League performance from a valiant loss to a near victory or even a win. Unova, often considered a dip in Ash's battle prowess in canon, would be significantly bolstered by Pidgeot's consistent power. Pidgeot would immediately become the strongest Pokémon on Ash's Unova team, a reliable anchor that would prevent many of the early struggles. It would serve as a constant reminder of Ash's previous accomplishments, pushing him to maintain his strategic thinking. Pidgeot would mentor Unfezant, providing guidance and pushing it to become a more effective battle Pokémon. Unfezant, often overshadowed in canon, would have a much stronger developmental arc under Pidgeot's watchful eye. In gym battles, Pidgeot would be a dominant force. Against Berg's bug types, Pidgeot would make quick work of them, securing the insect badge with a swift, aerial assault. Against Clay's Excadrill, Pidgeot's flying type advantage would be invaluable. While Crocodile eventually won in canon, Pidgeot could soften up Excadrill or even take it out entirely with powerful aerial moves, showcasing its sheer dominance. The Unova League, where Ash suffered a disappointing top 8 finish, would be completely different. Pidgeot would be the powerhouse, taking on opponents like Cameron's Hydreigon or Virgil's Evolutions. Its speed and power would be unmatched among Ash's Unova team, providing the crucial wins needed to advance further, potentially even securing Ash's first Regional League championship in this timeline, a major milestone that would validate his journey. Kalos, a region defined by mega evolution and intense battles, would see Pidgeot continue to evolve. While Pidgeot itself does not have a canonical mega evolution in the anime, this hypothetical allows for its potential. The presence of mega evolution would inspire Ash to seek out a megastone for Pidgeot, pushing him to explore new avenues of power. With a Pidgeotite, Ash's Pidgeot would unlock its mega evolution, becoming a Mega Pidgeot, a true aerial titan. This Mega Pidgeot would be a game changer. Imagine it soaring through the skies of Kalos, its power amplified, its speed unmatched. This would be a defining moment for Ash's team. Mega Pidgeot would become Ash's primary Mega Evolution, a symbol of his bond and his consistent growth. In gym battles, Mega Pidgeot would be unstoppable. Against Karina's Mega Lucario, it would be a clash of titans, but Mega Pidgeot's speed and aerial prowess could give it the edge. Against Olympia's psychic types, Mega Pidgeot's sheer power could overcome the type disadvantage, especially with moves like U-turn or a powerful Steel Wing. The Kalos League, famous for Ash's intense rivalry with Alain, would reach new heights. Mega Pidgeot would be Ash's answer to Alain's Mega Charizard X. The final battle would be a legendary aerial clash, an epic showdown between two fully evolved, Mega Evolved powerhouses. Mega Pidgeot, with its sustained training and its deep bond with Ash, would be able to match Mega Charizard X blow for blow, perhaps even delivering the finishing blow with a super-powered hurricane or sky attack, securing Ash's first official Regional League championship. This would be the redemption for the canon loss, a moment where Ash finally triumphs, propelled by the enduring strength of his oldest, most reliable partner. Alola, with its focus on Z moves and the Island Challenge, would present a new opportunity for Pidgeot to adapt. While Z moves are typically associated with specific types, Pidgeot would be able to utilize the Supersonic Sky Strike Z move, becoming a master of aerial Z attacks. Pidgeot's experience would also be invaluable in mentoring Ash's Alola team, particularly Rowlet and Toucanon. It would teach Rowlet precision flight and strategic maneuvers, helping it become a more formidable aerial combatant. Pidgeot's presence would also provide a sense of stability and experience to Ash's otherwise young and unconventional team. In the island challenges, Pidgeot would be a critical asset. Against Hala's Hariyama, Pidgeot's flying type advantage would be decisive, securing the grand trial with ease. Against Olivia's Lycanroc, Pidgeot's speed and power would be crucial in dodging its rock-type attacks and delivering powerful counterattacks. The Alola League, where Ash finally secured his first canonical league win, would be even more dominant with Pidgey by his side. It would be a consistent powerhouse, taking on opponents like Gladion's Silvally or How's Decidueye. Pidgeot's ability to use Supersonic Sky Strike would add another layer of power to Ash's arsenal, making his victory even more emphatic and showcasing the full spectrum of his battle prowess across different battle mechanics. Finally, in the World Coronation series, Pidgeot's journey culminates. Its role as Ash's unyielding partner would be central to his climb through the ranks. Pidgeot would be a consistent presence on Ash's Masters 8 team, a testament to its enduring power and the unbreakable bond it shares with Ash. It would be a key player in battles against formidable opponents like Raihan's Duraludon, using its speed and power to overcome the Steel Dragon type's defenses. Against Cynthia's Garchomp, a legendary matchup, Pidgeot would be Ash's answer, a powerful flying type capable of matching Garchomp's raw strength and speed, potentially even delivering the finishing blow with a powerful supersonic Sky Strike or Brave Bird. The final battle against Leon's Charizard would be the ultimate test, the culmination of decades of training and unwavering loyalty. Pidgeot, in its Mega Evolved form, Mega Pidgeot X, would face off against Leon's Gigantamax Charizard. This would be a battle of aerial titans, a clash of wills, ultimately decided by the unbreakable bond between Ash and his Pidgeot. The narrative would be one of true mastery, of a Pokémon and trainer who have grown together, learning and evolving through every challenge, culminating in the ultimate victory. Mega Pidgeot X, soaring through the stadium, would deliver the final, decisive blow to Leon's Charizard, securing Ash's title as the Monarch of the World Coronation Series, a champion forged not just by talent, but by an unwavering, lifelong partnership. The journey of Ash and Pidgeot, from a fledgling Pidgeotto released in Viridian Forest to the undisputed world champions, is a testament to the power of a bond forged through shared experiences and unwavering loyalty. The theme that resonates throughout this alternate timeline is the profound impact of consistency and trust. Ash, by keeping Pidgeot, trusts in the potential of his Pokémon, fostering a deeper, more enduring bond that allows them to overcome any challenge. Pidgeot, in turn, trusts Ash's leadership, evolving not just in power, but in its strategic understanding and its ability to mentor younger Pokémon. This journey proves that you don't always need to release a Pokémon to help others. Sometimes, the greatest help comes from staying together. This unbreakable partnership, fueled by mutual respect and a shared dream, is what ultimately propels them to the pinnacle of the Pokémon world. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokémon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership, a Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design, reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version, it would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed, yet ever evolving. Imagine the awe as this magnificent Mega Pidgeot X, with its streamlined form, enhanced plumage, and eyes glowing with determination, takes to the sky, a champion among champions, forever bound to the boy who never gave up on it, and who, in turn, was never given up on. The Kanto journey, in this timeline, unfolds with a distinct advantage. Pidgeot, a constant on Ash's team, quickly demonstrates its worth. It easily handles Erica's grass types, using Wing Attack and Steel Wing against her Tangela and Victreebel, securing a swift win that plays out unlike Canon. The Fuchsia Gym is another easy win. Pidgeot's aerial ace makes short work of Koga's Venonat and Golbat, even his powerful Wheezing falls to a well-placed gust from Hurricane, a move Pidgey perfects much earlier with Ash's consistent training. Giovanni's Gym, as always, is a unique challenge, but Pidgeot's speed and aerial maneuvers prove invaluable against his ground types, providing reconnaissance and setting up openings for Pikachu. The Viridian Gym is handled with tactical precision, Pidgeot's quick attack and agility dominating the field. The Pokémon League in Indigo Plateau presents Ash's first major test with his full, consistently strong team. Pidgeot, having maintained its presence, faces off against Richie's Sparky, securing a powerful win with a devastating Brave Bird, a move it learns and masters with constant use. The battle against Jeanette Fisher's Bellsprout, which infamously took down Bulbasaur and Pikachu in canon, is a non-issue this time. Pidgeot's superior speed and flying type advantage allow it to effortlessly dodge and counter, finishing the Bellsprout with a swift, quick attack. The league progresses more smoothly than in canon, showcasing a more prepared Ash due to Pidgeot's consistent presence and battle experience. Ash still faces Drake of the Orange Islands, but with a more seasoned Pidgeot, the battle is much closer. Pidgeot, with its developed Hurricane, battles Dragonite valiantly, creating openings for Pikachu to land critical hits, securing a hard-fought victory for Ash. This time, Ash wins the Orange League, a pivotal moment that truly cements his confidence in Pidgeot's role as a powerhouse. Moving into Johto, the consistency of having Pidgeot pays dividends. Faulkner, the Violet City gym leader, is easily defeated, as Pidgeot's Air Slash and Wing Attack overpower his Pidgeotto and Hoot Hoot, a victory that would have been a walk in the park for a veteran Pidgeot. Bugsy's gym is also conquered with relative ease. Pidgeot's flying-type moves are super effective against Bugsy's Spinarak and Scyther, making swift work of them. Even Whitney's Miltank, a notorious wall in canon, is eventually overcome. Pidgeot's persistent quick attacks and agility-boosted dodges wear down Miltank, creating an opening for a combined attack from Pikachu to finally bring it down. The Johto League, similar to the Orange League, sees Ash perform significantly better. Pidgeot, now a true aerial terror, dominates in battles, often taking out multiple opponents. Its speed and special attack, consistently trained by Ash, make it a formidable force. The iconic battle against Harrison's Blaziken, while still tough, sees Pidgeot playing a crucial role, weakening Blaziken with its powerful Hurricane before being recalled, allowing Sceptile to secure the win. Ash, with Pidgeot's consistent presence and experience, wins the Johto League, a true testament to the value of a steadfast partner. This win, unlike canon, propels Ash into the next regions with even greater self-assurance and a reputation as a formidable trainer. The Hoenn region continues this trend of success. Roxanne's rock types are no match for Pidgeot's Steel Wing and Aerial Ace. Brawly's fighting types are similarly outmatched, Pidgeot's aerial superiority negating their close combat advantages. Pidgeot, having gained significant experience and power, easily dispatches Brawly's Machop and Hariyama. The battles against Winona and Tate and Liza are where Pidgeot truly shines. Against Winona's flying types, Pidgeot's superior training and move pool, including Sky Attack, which it masters early in this timeline, give it the edge. It engages in thrilling aerial dogfights, ultimately securing victory. Against Tate and Liza's psychic types, Pidgeot's speed and powerful attacks prevent them from setting up their powerful psychic moves, allowing Ash to control the flow of battle and win. The Hoenn League plays out with Ash making it to the finals. Pidgeot's consistent presence and power elevate Ash's overall team performance, allowing him to defeat rivals he struggled with in canon. The final match against Tyson with his formidable Meowth is a nail-biter. Pidgeot, with its experience and powerful Hurricane, battles Meowth to a standstill, leaving it weakened for Sceptile to finish the job. Ash, through strategic calls and Pidgeot's unwavering dedication, wins the Hoenn League, further solidifying his status as a talented trainer. The battle frontier in this timeline is a masterclass in strategic Pokemon battling for Ash, with Pidgey as a linchpin. Brandon's legendary Pokemon are still a major challenge, but Pidgeot's experience and power allow Ash to devise more effective strategies. The Regirock battle, which was a tough loss in canon, sees Pidgeot using its speed to evade Regirock's attacks while landing precise steel wing blows, weakening it significantly before ultimately being worn down. It paves the way for the other Pokemon to secure the win. Against the mighty Regis, Pidgeot, with its now perfected Brave Bird, puts up an incredible fight, showcasing its resilience and power, allowing Ash to outmaneuver Brandon's legendary team and win the Battle Frontier, a feat Ash achieves for the first time in this timeline due to the consistent power and tactical advantage Pidgeot provides. This victory earns Ash an invitation to become a Frontier Brain, which he politely declines, opting to continue his journey and pursue the ultimate goal of becoming a Pokemon Master. Sinnoh is where Ash's journey truly begins to reflect the impact of his consistent bond with Pidgeot. The flying-type gym leaders, like Maylene's fighting types, are no match for Pidgeot's aerial dominance. Even Fantina's ghost types, which can be tricky, are handled with Pidgeot's Steel Wing and Dark-type moves it learns through extensive training, such as Pursuit, developed specifically to counter Ghost and Psychic types. The battle against Paul, a defining rivalry in Sinnoh, is significantly altered. Pidgeot, providing consistent pressure, often takes out multiple of Paul's Pokémon, allowing Ash's other Pokémon, like Infernape and Torterra, to shine even brighter. In the iconic full battle against Paul at the Sinnoh League, Pidgeot faces off against Paul's Honchkrow in a spectacular aerial clash. Pidgeot, with its superior speed and power, lands a decisive Brave Bird, knocking out Honchkrow. The battle is still intense, but Ash, with Pidgeot's consistent contribution, ultimately defeats Paul, a monumental victory that plays out like canon in terms of emotional impact, but with a different path to get there. The Sinnoh League, in this timeline, sees Ash reach the finals. Pidgeot's consistent performance throughout the region earns it a reputation as one of Ash's most reliable powerhouses. The match against Tobias, with his legendary Darkrai and Latios, is still incredibly challenging. Pidgeot, however, rises to the occasion. It battles Darkrai, using its speed and agility to dodge Darkrai's Dark Void, and lands a critical Brave Bird, significantly weakening the legendary before falling to a powerful Dark Pulse. This critical damage allows Pikachu and Sceptile to finish the job, something they struggled to do in canon. The encounter with Latios is equally epic. Pidgeot, having gained immense experience, is able to engage Latios in an aerial battle, matching its speed and power. While it ultimately falls, Pidgeot's contribution is instrumental in weakening Latios, allowing Ash's other Pokémon to secure the win. Ash, with a stronger, more experienced team, spearheaded by Pidgeot, defeats Tobias, securing his first Major League championship. This pivotal win, unlike canon, marks Ash as a true champion capable of overcoming any challenge, even legendary Pokémon. Unova, often considered a stumble for Ash in canon, becomes a region of continued success in this timeline. Pidgeot, now a highly experienced and powerful Pokémon, acts as a mentor to Ash's new flying types, particularly Unfezant and Crocodile, teaching them aerial maneuvers and battle strategies. This mentorship arc becomes a central theme as Pidgeot helps Unfizant build confidence and refine its flying skills. The gym battles are handled with ease. Berg's bug types are no match for Pidgeot's flying type attacks. Clay's ground types are swiftly defeated by Pidgeot's aerial superiority. Even Drayden's dragon types, a significant challenge, are eventually overcome with Pidgeot's strategic use of Hurricane and Brave Bird, creating openings for Ash's other Pokémon to land critical hits. The Unova League sees Ash, still fueled by his previous championship victories, perform exceptionally well. Pidgeot continues to be a consistent force, dominating opponents with its speed and power. The battle against Cameron's Lucario, a major stumbling block in canon, is a fiercely contested one. Pidgeot, with its powerful Brave Bird, clashes with Lucario's Aura Sphere, creating a dynamic showdown. While Lucario is powerful, Pidgeot's consistent pressure and speed eventually wear it down, securing a critical win for Ash. Because of this, Ash wins the Unova League, a dominant performance that further solidifies his reputation. Kalos is where Ash's bond with Pidgeot truly reaches its zenith. The speed and special attack of Pidgeot grow exponentially with Ash's focused training, paralleling the growth of his bond with Greninja. Pidgeot, now a seasoned veteran, becomes an invaluable asset in sky battles. It easily dispatches Karina's fighting types and Valerie's fairy types, its Steel Wing providing a powerful counter to their types. The most significant impact is seen in the rivalry with Alain. Pidgeot, with its immense experience and power, becomes a key player in their battles. In the final match of the Lumiose Conference, Pidgeot faces off against Alain's Mega Charizard X in an epic aerial duel. This is the moment, the ultimate test. Pidgeot, with its perfect sky attack, clashes with Mega Charizard X's Blast Burn. The battle is intense, a true clash of titans. Pidgeot, fueled by its decades of loyalty and training, performs beyond its limits, landing a critical Brave Bird that, while not knocking out Mega Charizard X, severely weakens it. This allows Ash Greninja, now facing a significantly damaged opponent, to secure the win with a powerful Water Shuriken. Ash, with the combined might of his veteran Pidgeot and his newly mastered Ash Greninja, wins the Kalos League, a triumph that was denied to him in canon. This victory is a testament to the power of unwavering friendship and consistent training over a long journey. The emotional core of this timeline, the unwavering friendship between Ash and Pidgeot, culminates in this monumental victory. Alola brings a different kind of challenge, but Pidgeot, now a true champion, adapts seamlessly. It embraces the Z-move concept, mastering Supersonic Sky Strike with its specialized Flyingium Zids. This gives Pidgeot an additional layer of power, making it an even more formidable opponent. Pidgeot's experience makes it a natural mentor for Rowlet, guiding it through its own aerial development and teaching it advanced flying techniques. The island trials are conquered with relative ease. Pidgeot's Supersonic Sky Strike makes quick work of the totem Pokémon. The battle against Hala, the fighting type Kahuna, is a dominant display, as Pidgeot's aerial attacks overwhelm his Hariyama and Crabominable. The Alola League in this timeline is another decisive victory for Ash. Pidgeot, with its Zed move and veteran status, leads the charge. In the finals against Gladion, Pidgeot faces off against Silvally. The battle is a showcase of speed and power, with Pidgeot's Supersonic Sky Strike clashing with Silvally's multi-attack, ultimately securing the win for Ash. This time, Ash wins the Alola League, a well-deserved victory that solidifies his status as a multi-region champion. Finally, the World Coronation Series in Journeys. This is the ultimate stage, and Pidgeot, now a true legend, is ready. Its long history with Ash, its consistent training, and its numerous championship victories have forged it into an unparalleled aerial powerhouse. Pidgeot's presence on Ash's team elevates the entire squad, providing strategic insight and leadership. The battles against the other regional champions are epic. Pidgeot, so often taking on the role of the lead Pokémon, uses its incredible speed and power to outmaneuver and overpower opponents. Its perfected Brave Bird and Sky attack become devastating finishers. In the Master 8 tournament, Pidgeot faces off against some of the strongest Pokémon in the world. Against Lance's Dragonite, Pidgeot engages in a legendary aerial dogfight, ultimately securing the win with a perfectly timed Sky attack. Against Cynthia's Garchomp, Pidgeot's speed and aerial agility allow it to evade Garchomp's powerful attacks, landing precise blows and setting up openings for other Pokémon to secure the win. The final battle against Leon, the reigning monarch, is the culmination of Ash's entire journey. Pidgeot, in its fully realized glory, faces off against Leon's Charizard, just as it did against Alan's in Kalos. This time, however, Pidgeot is older, wiser, and infinitely more powerful. The battle is a spectacle of aerial combat, with Pidgeot's devastating Brave Bird clashing with Charizard's powerful Flare Blitz. Pidgeot, through sheer will and an unbreakable bond with Ash, lands a critical hit, a final perfected Sky attack that, while knocking out Charizard, severely weakens it, setting up Pikachu for the decisive G-Max Volt Crash that secures the win. This is the moment. Ash Ketchum, alongside his lifelong partner Pidgeot, becomes the world champion of the World Coronation Series, a champion forged not just by talent, but by an unwavering, lifelong partnership. The journey of Ash and Pidgeot, from a fledgling Pidgeotto released in Viridian Forest to the undisputed world champions, is a testament to the power of a bond forged through shared experiences and unwavering loyalty. The theme that resonates throughout this alternate timeline is the profound impact of consistency and trust. Ash, by keeping Pidgeot, trusts in the potential of his Pokémon, fostering a deeper, more enduring bond that allows them to overcome any challenge. Pidgeot, in turn, trusts Ash's leadership, evolving not just in power, but in its strategic understanding and its ability to mentor younger Pokémon. This journey proves that you don't always need to release a Pokémon to help others. Sometimes, the greatest help comes from staying together. This unbreakable partnership, fueled by mutual respect and a shared dream, is what ultimately propels them to the pinnacle of the Pokémon world. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokémon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership. A Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version, it would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed, yet ever evolving. Imagine the awe as this magnificent Mega Pidgeot X, with its streamlined form, enhanced plumage, and eyes glowing with determination, takes to the sky, a champion among champions, forever bound to the boy who never gave up on it, and who, in turn, was never given up on. This is the Pidgeot that could have been, a true legend in the Pokemon world, and a testament to the enduring power of a promise kept. In this world, the very notion of releasing a Pokemon for the greater good seems almost alien, a relic of a past where true potential was not always seen through to its absolute end. The legend of Ash and Pidgeot would inspire generations, not just for their victories, but for their unwavering loyalty and the unbreakable bond that defined their entire journey. Their story becomes a masterclass in commitment, a living legend that echoes across every region, every gym, every league. The very idea of releasing a Pokemon becomes an anecdote from a different, less understood era. This Pidgeot, a constant in a world of change, becomes the measuring stick for all of Ash's other Pokemon. Let's delve deeper into the nuances of this sustained partnership. In the Orange Islands, Pidgeot's presence fundamentally alters the dynamic of the challenges. The speed and power of Pidgeot in aerial races against Tracy's Venona or even against the various course challenges would be unparalleled. Its ability to navigate complex aerial environments, honed over countless battles and training sessions, makes short work of the race through the forest in the Crystal Onyx or the surfing competition in naval maneuvers. Ash, with Pidgeot, approaches these challenges with an immediate, decisive advantage. The experience gained in Kanto makes Pidgeot not just powerful, but also tactically astute. It learns to read the wind, to anticipate opponents, and to execute complex maneuvers that would stun any trainer. The bond with Ash deepens, with Pidgey often acting as an unspoken guide, its keen senses and aerial perspective offering Ash insights he might otherwise miss. When it comes to the Johto region, Pidgeot's role expands. Johto, with its many flying-type specialists like Faulkner, becomes a proving ground for Pidgeot. Faulkner's gym battle, which in canon sees Ash relying on Pikachu and his newly evolved Chikorita and Cyndaquil, now features Pidgeot as a crucial player. Pidgeot, with its superior speed and aerial mastery, easily outmaneuvers Faulkner's Bellsprout and Dodrio. The final face-off against Faulkner's Pidgeot becomes a mirror match, but Ash's Pidgeot, having significantly more battle experience and a deeper bond with its trainer, demonstrates a clear advantage. Its quick attack is faster, its wing attack strikes harder, and its gust is more precisely aimed, securing the Zephyr badge with a dominant performance. This early win sets a precedent for Ash's Johto journey, showcasing a more confident, strategic Ash who already possesses a fully evolved, highly capable flying type. Throughout Johto, Pidgeot would be instrumental in navigating the region's diverse landscapes and in numerous Team Rocket encounters. Its ability to scout from above, to disrupt Team Rocket's schemes with powerful aerial attacks, and to ferry Ash and his friends across difficult terrain makes their journey smoother, The Whirl Islands saga, for instance, would see Pidgeot's aerial prowess assisting in the search for Lugia, providing invaluable reconnaissance. Its strength would be a consistent deterrent, making Team Rocket's usual antics less effective. The Johto League Silver Conference would also see Pidgeot shine. Against trainers like Harrison, Pidgeot would likely face off against his Steelix or even his Blaziken. A well-placed aerial ace or brave bird from Pidgeot, combined with its superior speed, could secure crucial knockouts. Consider the battle against Harrison's Houndoom. Pidgeot's speed could allow it to dodge flamethrowers and deliver devastating blows, potentially turning the tide in Ash's favor. This consistent power output from Pidgeot means Ash enters the later stages of the Johto League with a more balanced and experienced team, potentially even pushing him past the quarterfinals. While Canon sees Ash lose to Harrison, Pidgeot's presence might just be the edge needed to advance further, perhaps even to the semifinals, narrowly missing the championship, but showing significant growth. Moving into Hoenn, Pidgeot's role remains vital, though perhaps less central in every single battle, as Ash focuses on integrating his new Hoenn captures. However, Pidgeot serves as a consistent, high-level benchmark for his new team members. Swellow, Ash's Hoenn flying type, would find an incredible mentor in Pidgeot. Pidgeot would teach Swellow advanced aerial maneuvers, how to conserve energy during long flights, and how to effectively use its speed in battle. Swellow's development into a formidable aerial combatant, known for its quick movements and powerful aerial ace, would be directly influenced by Pidgeot's guidance. This mentorship sub-arc would be a defining feature of the Hoenn journey, with Swellow often mimicking Pidgeot's techniques and learning from its seasoned experience. In gym battles like Winona's, Pidgeot would naturally take center stage. Winona, a flying-type specialist, would present a familiar challenge. Pidgeot, with its experience against Faulkner and countless other aerial battles, would dominate. Its quick attack, now honed to perfection, would be too fast for Winona's Swellow, and its gust would easily blow away her Alteria's Dragon Breath. Against Winona's ace, Skarmory, Pidgeot's raw power and aerial agility would chip away at its defenses, eventually securing the Feather Badge. This would be a clear, decisive victory, showcasing Pidgeot's continued dominance in its type specialty. The Hoenn League Evergrande Conference would again benefit from Pidgeot's unwavering presence. In canon, Ash puts up a strong fight, but ultimately falls to Tyson and his Meowth. Pidgeot's inclusion provides another powerful option. Imagine Pidgeot facing Tyson's Metagross, using its superior speed to avoid its Meteor Mash and deliver repeated wing attacks to its exposed areas. Or against Tyson's Donphan, using its aerial advantage to stay out of range of Rollout and Earthquake, slowly wearing it down. Pidgeot's consistent high-level performance would elevate Ash's entire team, pushing them further into the tournament, making a semi-final or even a final appearance a real possibility. Ash's growth as a trainer, evident in his Hoenn journey, would be amplified by Pidgeot's constant support, allowing him to focus on developing his newer Pokémon while still having a reliable ace in the hole. The Battle Frontier, a true test of a trainer's skill and bond with their Pokémon, is where Pidgeot truly shines. Each frontier brain presents a unique challenge, and Pidgeot's versatility and experience make it an invaluable asset. Against Noland's Articuno, Pidgeot's speed and ability to withstand ice beam attacks, perhaps through sheer determination and a deepened bond with Ash, would allow it to contribute significantly, even if not securing the final knockout. Its role would be to soften up Articuno or to provide critical support. Against Brandon's Regirock, Pidgeot's aerial attacks, while not super effective, would provide a consistent source of damage, chipping away at the legendary Pokemon's defenses. Pidgeot's unwavering spirit, a reflection of its deep bond with Ash, would inspire its teammates. The cumulative effect of Pidgeot's consistent performance throughout the battle frontier would likely see Ash conquering the entire challenge, earning the title of Frontier Brain, a feat he narrowly missed in canon due to his loss against Brandon's Regis. With Pidgeot, the entire battle frontier arc would play out with a greater sense of Ash's preparedness and a more consistent display of his team's strength. Sinnoh, a region known for its powerful trainers and the intense rivalries, would feature Pidgeot as a seasoned veteran. Staraptor, Ash's Sinnoh flying type, would continue the mentorship chain. Pidgeot, having mentored Swellow, would now guide Staraptor, teaching it the intricacies of aerial combat and the importance of teamwork. Staraptor's eventual mastery of close combat and its incredible speed would be a testament to Pidgeot's influence. This dynamic would be particularly evident in double battles, where Pidgeot and Staraptor could execute coordinated aerial maneuvers, a formidable duo that would overwhelm opponents. In gym battles, Pidgeot would be a guaranteed win against Gardenia's grass types, using its flying type moves with devastating effect. Against Maylene's fighting types, Pidgeot's aerial advantage would be crucial, allowing it to avoid close range attacks and strike from above. Even against formidable opponents like Fantina's Mismagius, Pidgeot's speed could allow it to dodge Hex and Shadow Ball, while its powerful wing attack, perhaps even a sky attack, would deal significant damage. The Sinnoh League Lily of the Valley Conference, the peak of Ash's pre-World Coronation Series journey, would be significantly impacted. Pidgeot's presence means Ash enters the league with a full, highly experienced team, including a fully evolved Kanto veteran. Against Tobias and his Darkrai and Latios, Ash canonically struggles to even land hits. Pidgeot, with its incredible speed and battle-honed instincts, would be able to put up a far stronger fight. Its ability to dodge Darkrai's Dark Pulse and Latios's Luster Purge would be crucial. While defeating two legendary Pokémon is a monumental task, Pidgeot provides Ash with a much-needed powerful offensive presence that can reliably chip away at their health. This consistent damage and the strategic advantage of an aerial fighter could allow Ash to push Tobias to his absolute limits, even if he doesn't secure the win. The battle would be a legendary clash, highlighting Pidgeot's incredible power and resilience, and showcasing how Ash, with Pidgeot, is truly a top-tier trainer, capable of standing toe-to-toe with the legends. This time, the loss would feel less like a defeat and more like a testament to the overwhelming power of Tobias's specific team, rather than a reflection on Ash's overall skill. Unova presented unique challenges, and Ash's team composition in canon was often criticized for not fully evolving. With Pidgeot by his side, this narrative shifts. Pidgeot, the fully evolved, powerful Kanto ace, would serve as a constant reminder and motivator for Ash's Unova Pokémon to reach their full potential. Unpheasant, Ash's Unova flying type, would undoubtedly benefit from Pidgeot's mentorship, learning how to effectively use its speed and aerial agility. The presence of Pidgeot sets a higher bar for the entire team. In gym battles, Pidgeot would simply sweep through many of them. Against Berg's bug types, Pidgeot would make short work of them. Against Elisa's electric types, Pidgeot's speed could potentially allow it to outmaneuver attacks, though this would be one of the more challenging matchups. However, its experience against powerful electric types, like Lodiot, Surge's Raichu in Kanto would prepare it. The Unova League Virtus Conference, where Ash in Canon loses to Cameron's Hydreigon and Lucario, would see Pidgeot as a game changer. Pidgeot's speed and power would be an immediate threat to Cameron's team. Its aerial attacks would easily dispatch Ferrothorn and Swanna. Against Cameron's ace, Lucario, Pidgeot's relentless assault and ability to stay out of close-range combat would give Ash a significant advantage, potentially securing Ash his first official league victory. This win would be a monumental moment, the culmination of years of training and the consistent presence of Pidgeot. Kalos, the region of Mega Evolution, would introduce a new dimension to Pidgeot's power. Given its deep bond with Ash, Pidgeot would undoubtedly be a prime candidate for Mega Evolution. The story of Ash and Pidgeot seeking out a Pidgeotite, perhaps with the help of Professor Sycamore or Diantha, would be a compelling subplot. The reveal of Mega Pidgeot, with its sleek, majestic design and incredible power, would be a game-changing moment. Its no-guard ability would mean its powerful Hurricane and Heat Wave moves would never miss, making it an unstoppable force. The Lumiose City Gym battle against Clement's electric types would be a showcase for Mega Pidgeot's speed and power, easily overwhelming his Magnemite, Heliolisk, and Luxray. But the true test would come in the Kalos League. The rivalry with Alain and his Mega Charizard X is the defining conflict of Kalos. In canon, Ash Greninja, despite its incredible power, falls to Alan's Mega Charizard X. With Mega Pidgeot, this battle would be an entirely different spectacle. Imagine Mega Pidgeot with its no-guard ability, unleashing a barrage of hurricanes and heat waves against Mega Charizard X. The aerial combat between these two mega-evolved powerhouses, one a fiery dragon, the other a majestic bird of prey, would be legendary. Pidgeot's immense speed and tactical prowess, honed over decades, combined with the raw power of Mega Evolution, would make it a formidable opponent. The battle would be an aerial ballet of power and precision. While Mega Charizard X's raw offensive power is immense, Mega Pidgeot's consistent damage output and ability to dictate the flow of aerial combat could give Ash the edge needed to defeat Alan, securing his first Major League title. This would be a truly iconic victory, the culmination of Ash's journey and the ultimate triumph of his enduring bond with Pidgeot. Alola, with its Island Challenge and Z moves, would see Pidgeot adapt and thrive. Pidgey, as a flying type, would be a natural user of the Supersonic Sky Strike Z move. The sheer power of a Supersonic Sky Strike, unleashed by a fully evolved, highly experienced Pidgeot, would be devastating. Pidgeot would seamlessly integrate into Ash's Alolan team, serving as a powerful ally in trial challenges and grand trials. Its ability to navigate the diverse Alolan landscapes, from the volcanic Wela Volcano Park to the lush jungle, would be invaluable. In the Manalo Conference, Ash's first official league win in canon, Pidgey would simply solidify his victory. Against trainers like Gladion and his Silvally and Lycanroc, Pidgeot's power and speed, combined with a well-timed supersonic sky strike, would be an unstoppable force. The final battle against Gladion's Zoroark and Lycanroc would see Pidgeot delivering decisive blows, securing Ash's second league title with confidence and flair. Pidgeot's presence ensures that Ash's Alolan journey is marked by consistent success and powerful performances. Finally, the World Coronation Series, the ultimate challenge, would be where Pidgeot's legend culminates. Through all the ranks, Pidgeot would be a key player, consistently securing wins against powerful opponents. Its experience against champions like Lance and his Dragonite, or Steven Stone and his Metagross, would be invaluable. Pidgeot's ability to adapt, to learn, and to fight with unwavering loyalty would make it a true champion. In the Masters 8 tournament against trainers like Raihan, Cynthia, and Leon, Pidgeot would be Ash's ultimate ace. Imagine Mega Pidgeot facing Cynthia's Garchomp, using its superior aerial mobility to dodge dragon rushes and stone edges while delivering hurricanes and heat waves. Or against Leon's Charizard, a battle of the aces where Mega Pidgeot's No-Guard Hurricane would face down Gigantamax Charizard's G-Max Wildfire. This would be the ultimate aerial showdown, a testament to decades of training and an unbreakable bond. Pidgeot, the very first Pokémon Ash captured after Pikachu, would be the one to secure the final win against Leon's Charizard, using a perfectly timed Brave Bird or Sky Attack, perhaps empowered by a Z move or even a new form of power, to clinch the World Coronation Series title. This would fulfill the promise made on that fateful day in Viridian Forest. Ash, the world champion, standing beside his partner Pidgeot, the strongest flying-type Pokémon in the world, a true aerial monarch. And just like that, we see how one decision changed everything. If Ash had kept Pidgeot, then he would have consistently had a powerful, reliable aerial ace throughout every region. He would have had a consistent mentor for his other flying types. He would have established an unbreakable bond that pushed the boundaries of Pokémon potential, and he would have personally made his Pidgeot the strongest in the world. This is the story of Ash Ketchum, the world champion, and his legendary Pidgeot, who together soared to heights previously unimaginable, proving that true mastery is built on a foundation of enduring partnership and boundless trust. Perhaps in this timeline, we might even see Pidgeot, after achieving ultimate victory, discover a new form, a symbol of its unparalleled bond with Ash, perhaps a mega evolution that embodies the sheer power and grace it has cultivated over decades of unwavering partnership, a Mega Pidgeot X, a sleek, powerful design reflecting its status as a true aerial monarch. This Mega Pidgeot X would not simply be a stronger version. It would represent the physical manifestation of a promise kept, a friendship cherished, and a journey completed, yet ever evolving. Imagine the awe as this magnificent Mega Pidgeot X, with its streamlined form, enhanced plumage, and eyes glowing with determination, takes to the sky, a champion among champions, forever bound to the boy who never gave up on it, and who, in turn, was never given up on. This is the Pidgeot that could have been a true legend in the Pokémon world, and a testament to the enduring power of a promise kept. In this world, the very notion of releasing a Pokémon for the greater good seems almost alien, a relic of a past where true potential was not always seen through to its absolute end. The legend of Ash and Pidgeot would inspire generations, not just for their victories, but for their unwavering loyalty and the unbreakable bond that defined their entire journey.